Last week on Landscape of Fear, the crew gathered together with their collective knowledge gained throughout the Melgath Empire. Learning of the new time crunch they were under, a plan was formed. Mentions of making the gods fight each other and pleading with the king made headway, but were ultimately too greedy. With only mere days left until mutant coronite froglets roamed free to grow into Garganto's size, the party acted quickly. From the cave of Gerblebits, the party marched over to the camp with disguised gold in hand, luring the king away from the crowd successfully. He readily gulped down the poisonous toad-butt mushrooms, causing him to be dazed. However, an under-pressured TJ squared up with King Cram Cram and served a whopping side of ill-natured truth. Cram Cram seized the opportunity to call for aid when his throne was threatened. However, Tegan also called for aid with a successful bluff thrown to the Red God followers. Battle ensued and ended just as quickly, the only ones left being a Melgath knight and a few bystanders. It was time for the real action of Plan A and a half. Eleric and Revius did quick work at the spawn pond. The area was isolated and a bomb was fashioned from the coronite gravel below. Kopesh and Tegan gathered a guide in the mountain, or up to the mountain, to confer with the Slod. With its supremacy confirmed, as the only one god of Melgath peoples, the Red God gave up the marble and bade our leave. A few hours passed and the party reconnected. However, in their final move, it was disrupted. Gerblebits, protector and voucher of Garganto, stormed into the town riding atop the gigantic toad. Rumor had spread of the newly untoadly royalty and their usurper of godly testimonial. Knowing they cannot directly fight Garganto, the party tries to reason with Gerblebits, but Garganto was uncontrollable and ate Gerblebits. Using distraction detonations, excellent explosions, and arcane power, the party was able to disorient the beast, chase it back into the mountains away from town. Their victory, however, was short-lived, as the decision to leave the restless amphibian empire aggravates. Seeing they are no longer welcome and business finished, the party takes a gaggle of giant toad transports and flees back to town. The centennial celebration is in full swing despite the party's arduously long venture. They take in the views and smells of celebration, but by quick action, their attention was drawn to a bypasser, a citizen of Keirhall, falling to his knees, while his face became overcome by a spreading glass silhouette. So, you all are back in Keirhall. You are all tired. With the throes of the celebration occurring around you, you realize that screams are now pealing throughout the crowds, as many individuals seem to be overcome by the glass plague. What would you all like to do?
How fast is this going through the crowds? Like, is it like a wave, just like, and everybody's screaming and running? Or is it like a few people here and there and panic starts spreading?
At the moment, it's a few people here and there. There is still the sounds of celebration occurring from some of the bars. It would be like, oh, someone's fallen over at the bar and they're resting their head. You know the bartender's going to yell at them, but, you know, they'll push them and say, come on, you can't do that, you gotta get up, you gotta go. But instead, the figure lays still. Or someone falls over while peeing in an alleyway. Not unusual in a celebration, perhaps.
Gross.
But occasionally someone will jostle a friend or push a loved one and they will fall over still on the ground, completely encased in glass. So, very small ripples of screams. And it's difficult to tell them apart from revelry.
Is there any chance to observe whether it's transmissible by touch?
Make a nature check.
$21.
Okay. You think, just based on your observations, that it is not.
Okay.
Mostly due to the fact that it seems to be so random and isolated.
Okay. As we're all standing there trying to figure out what to do, I'll let everyone know. It looks like it's not something that you have to watch out for touching someone. Although I don't really know how this glass is getting to people.
Yeah, I'm freaking stumped. I can't I'm, I can't even make sense of anything right now. It's nuts. What the
It
hell?
must have to do with the Mage's Tower. I mean, look at that blue, what was it, blue streak in the sky.
Yeah, that's looking kind of ominous.
Eleric, do you remember what you saw when you put your blood upon the pedestal?
Only vaguely. Is there something you're thinking of?
Well, you told us that it had something to do with the Centennial. I'm wondering if Cornite has a stay in all this.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
I think we should take this time to get those we care about out of town, or urge them to safety. Perhaps meet back up.
Yeah, I've got to go check on my family.
Yeah, I gotta get a few leads, actually. I don't know if the Holy Hall will have any answers, but I know a few places that might.
Meet back up at the safe house, and then we can venture out to the Mage Tower. We have all 3 keys. We have to do something.
Okay, keep that third key safe.
All right.
Very good. Tegan, make a history check for me.
Okay.
Okay. If I
Okay.
gotta.
A 13.
Okay. There is something tickling at the back of your mind. A memory about a conspicuous piece of glass you found somewhere, but just not so sure about that. Anyway, Tegan, how about we start with you? Where would you like to
Fantastic.
go? What would you like to do?
I want to go find Noric.
Okay. So you were all just coming from the southwest, really. You actually could position yourselves pretty well to pass by Tegan's safe house. So running into the city brings you in on the west end, and the town square is the jumble. You're heading through the residential area. The district with the academia is sort of towering on your left as you race through some of these small, tight, cramped streets. This is a pretty empty area. There's not a lot of celebration going on here. So you dart through quickly, Tegan, making your way into the market square, the town square, where the large fountain is. And you know that the armament, Noric's shop, is on the south side of the square. So you are able to rush there quickly and easily. It is silent. But it's also
I try
nighttime.
I try the door. Is it open?
Yes, the door swings open with a creak.
Noric, are you in here?
You hear nothing. No reply.
Can I do an investigation or a perception check to see if anyone had been in there for...
Either choice is up to you. Perception if you're listening for someone present, or investigation if you're looking for signs and clues.
Jesus. I got a 9 for perception.
Okay.
I'm doing really well on this investigation and perception stuff.
You don't hear anything, but you shut the door behind yourself, and there's a dagger that's like stabbed into a piece of parchment in the door on the inside. But you walk past it, it's right behind you, and you just sort of scratch your head, and you look around. You don't hear anything. You don't see anyone. That's weird.
So I'm gonna just go back into the storeroom.
Okay.
Nobody there, obviously.
You open the door, and there is a figure standing at the end of the storeroom.
Do I recognize the figure?
It's dark. It looks like it's about the build and height of a halfling. It's like a silhouette in the darkness.
I'm going to draw my dagger, or my short sword rather, and ask who it is.
You call out into the dark storeroom, and the figure does not move. But it's standing still in the center of the room.
Oh, it's Noric. It's Noric as class, I bet. I approach slowly. Until I can actually, like, see what it is.
A firework pops off in the distance. The smoke powder red sort of rains down through the window in the storeroom. And the flesh of Noric glints back at you, silent. Glass.
God damn it. You don't go anywhere. You stay right there. We're going to figure this out. Stay.
You speak to the glass figure. You're not sure if he took any of that in.
Can I try to tie him there?
Absolutely, you can.
I'm going to attempt to tie him there.
Okay. Make a survival check or a sleight of hand check, your choice.
19, thank God.
Excellent. You grab some rope in the storeroom because there's plenty of tools around. It's a smithy, and you are able to sort of fasten him to. Like, do you want to tie it around a box, around the door?
I want to tie it around an anvil.
Excellent. So you urge Noric into the main room where he does his smithing, and you know he just sort of shuffles sort of willingly over there, just with the glass thunk of his feet, and then you tie him up to an anvil.
I know that you're probably pissed about this, Noric, but it's for your own good. Don't go anywhere.
The glass figure remains unmoving.
I turn back around and finally see the note that's...
Yeah. There is a glass dagger with a
glass dagger?
with a coronite hilt plunged
Ooh.
into the door. And
I'm going to take that.
Okay. You grab it out, you pull the parchment, and on the parchment, it's written very shoddily. You'll recall Noric's hands were turned to glass when you last saw him. So it looks like a toddler sort of wrote it, but it just says 4TJ.
The dagger's for me?
I guess.
There was nothing else on that?
It was just
the only
very
thing?
poorly written by Noric. You surmise.
Okay. Putting that all in my pouches, and I guess I'm gonna lock the door behind me.
Okay. Yeah. You lock the door.
And then I'm that's kind of it. That's all that I got.
Okay. If that's what really interested Tegan, that's perfect. You can just head back to the safe house if you'd like.
Yeah, because Powder Fist is at the safe house, so I'm not.
Yeah, I think Timothy is as well. I think they're both there.
Oh, God, I don't want Timothy there.
You can kick Timothy out, but we'll go over that later. All right. As you depart from Noric's store, Jacob, you note that the occasional sort of off-peak scream is becoming more frequent. The fireworks are much less frequent. The crowds of people aren't in joyous throngs anymore. They are now splintering a little bit. It's like you see some guards running to and fro. Odd behavior for a celebration. But again, you make it back just very easily to the west side of town, to your safe house.
While this is all going on, can I check to see if Cinder's following me?
Actually, you know what? What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 16.
Okay. You do not sense Cinder. And you're pretty confident.
That doesn't tell me anything.
You're pretty confident about it.
Okay.
A 6,
Okay.
that's a pretty solid passive perception.
Yeah, it's pretty damn lucky.
I'm paranoid. It's kind of the only other thing that Tegan is known for, being brazen and being paranoid.
Very fair.
Smuggling.
As you arrive back at the safe house, Tegan, you
Don't tell me Nipsey is glass. I'm going to be angry.
you feel a pull to the bag. Like you just you held the dagger in your hand, and it felt perfect, like it belonged. It's like calling out to you almost.
Can I inspect it when I'm inside?
Yeah, you get inside. You note Nipsey is on the porch, sipping tea, watching the fireworks, cuddled up. in a
Nipsey, you
blanket.
didn't turn to glass, did you?
Are you high again, Tegan? I told you, you've got to lay off that stuff.
I'm not high this time.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not glass.
You tell me if anything starts to happen to you.
I'll let you know if there's any changes to my body, like I'm 16 again. Now, get in there and be safe or something. I don't. Must have been drinking something.
I go inside.
Okay. As you go inside, if you do pull the dagger out, Jake, which is Tegan's dominant hand?
She's ambidextrous.
Okay, which is the hand she does the most
That's
stabbing
a
with?
cop out.
Right-handed.
When you were stabbing Cinder those many times, was it with the right hand or the left hand? Okay, right hand.
It was both. It was practice.
Okay. Well, you hold the dagger in your right hand, and you can't help but note the way that the glass sort of shimmers in the firelight of the hearth. As you're holding it up in the air, you can't help but note that your hand has changed color. It's almost translucent, but it's vastly different from the glass that you've seen infecting the others.
Oh?
You stretch your hands, and the moment they clasp that dagger, you know this dagger was meant for your hand. You have gained Shadow Essence. You now have a dark vision out to 60 feet. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. And when you take damage, you can use your reaction to become insubstantial for a moment, halving the damage and relocating yourself up to 30 feet away to a point in which you can see. This can only be used once per day until the next sunset.
That's fucking
That's
boss.
fantastic.
That is the power of the earthen corruption.
Can I write this anywhere?
I will send it to you.
Thank you.
And that is due to your use of corruption. You have 6 uses.
Ah!
I named it corruption. That doesn't mean it doesn't do good things. All are scaredy cats.
I'm not.
No, you're not. All right. Who would like to go next? Bryce, you have.
I'll go next.
Bryce has to
Okay.
go last because I have a plan for him.
Okay.
I'll go
Hey,
next.
Bryce. You want to go? You want to go next? Ah.
Gotcha. Okay. Revius.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
I would like. We are on the what side of town? East side?
West side.
We're on the west side?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well,
Toward the
that's
plains.
pretty
West
close.
side.
I'll go to the barracks.
Okay, yeah, the barracks are actually, as you know, because the safe house has almost a view of the barracks. They're on the western side, sort of on the north-ish end, and there's all the training fields outside, so this is a very quick march for you across the fields. The staunch building on the outskirts of town is ringed by great fields and practice grounds. Typically, the ringing of steel could be heard most days, if not the stomping of horse hooves from drills. You know that the guards report for duty here each day. Assignments and small cliques of citizens usually can be seen gathering and chatting with each other to either report a crime or just to show up for their duties. The stables are always immaculate and well cleaned because the captain runs a tight ship, Ventra Skellen. And you're all aware of who Ventra is. You have seen her around. She is a half-elf. However, today, the barracks are quiet. The barracks, when they come into view, you see the sprawling stables, the large practice fields. You weave yourself on a small dirt road in between them that lead to the barracks, which is this huge sort of palatial townhouse. It's like 4 houses almost, like crammed together. It looks almost like it was perhaps once like a carriage barn, but they retrofitted it to meet the needs of soldiers. You know that there is like the stockades outside. There's a small like prison on the inside, and if you were to go inside and pass by a series of guards, you would be able to go upstairs, and then in which the second floor is just this long sort of pole barn room where all the guards are on break or taking their rests or preparing for training or gearing up. But it's very quiet. There are a few guards outside.
I've probably been here like a few times before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not really paying mind to any of the other guards other than looking for the face of Maddie Altfire.
Mm-hmm.
And she could be out on duty, roaming the streets, but this is just my next best guess, and I'll go to the break room.
Yeah, you would know if you go into the first floor. There's going to be guards on duty that have logs of who is out and patrolling.
Ooh,
they keep very meticulous track of everyone at the captain's orders.
Well, I'll go up to them and try and inquire and say, is there a guard on duty tonight, Maddie Altfire, in the streets, or is she here?
Make a persuasion check.
No! I just want to know who my friend is! Okay. 7.
7. Okay. The guard rolls his eyes, sort of nudges he has his helmet off, it's on the desk before him, and he pushes it aside and he says, Altfire, and he starts flipping through the logbook, on duty,
Shit.
has not checked in.
Do you know when she was supposed to or where she's patrolling?
About an hour ago, she should have checked in.
Oh, good.
Probably just screwing off. You know, it's the celebration.
Okay, yes, but it's not just the celebration. If I were you, if you have any guards on reserve, go out into the streets, please. There's something wrong. People are falling ill.
I'll take that into advisement.
Oh my god. I give up here. Fuck these guys.
She's in the North District. If you want to go check on her yourself.
I take my leave, but before I head north, I want to swing by my workshop.
Okay.
Since it's pretty close.
Yeah. You head back through the residential district. You, much like Tegan, pass by the academia, which is boarded up. It's quiet. There's no one there. There's no guards in this section. There's no people celebrating. So you just sort of can sprint down the streets until you get to your cramped little workshop. And you can unlock the door and head down into the cellar.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to gather a few tools and anything I have written or surmised about the marbles, the glass, all the research that I've tried doing.
Absolutely. Okay. You gather your supplies. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh. Well, that was a good roll.
It more decided the demeanor of the
22.
guard than the product. The 22,
22.
will net you. On your way in, you note there is a small brown parcel on the ground next to the door. It is addressed to you from Lenford Cravatas.
Oh. I mean, I guess I'll look at it. Why not?
Okay. As you
It's
reach
not a
down,
cool glass dagger.
It is not. You reach down, you unfurl the twine, you tear the packaging away, and there is a small note card on top of a small twine package. The note card basically reads, I regret having to have sent this to you. Your performance has been a disappointment as of late, but in times of emergency, we send them out to all. Be safe. Come back home, wherever it is you've been. You are needed at the demands of the new mayor, Kalsif.
Does it have like a location, like report here immediately?
You assume the Tau probably, or perhaps just town square at the time of an announcement being made, as they are typically made there. But you're not sure. It doesn't have like a time and place to check into. It just says, please stop leaving town. We need you. If you open the twine package, within there is a delicately crafted tool made of
What kind of
coronite.
tool? Oh.
It is a multi-tool.
Hmm.
I will be sending you a link for it privately.
Okay.
Let me know if the link does not
I
work.
named it.
No, that's your tool, Jake.
Okay. You grab your tools. You grab this new multi-tool. And then where do you head?
I mean, I'll head north of town, but I'll limit my time to like a 10 to 20 minute search.
Okay. Okay. Make a survival check.
Survival. It's a 19, but is there any way I can use a corruption? I don't really.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
it's-
bad choice.
No, it's fine. It's your tool is the source of your corruption. So
I know.
you just have to think of a way that the tool can assist you in finding someone.
I don't think it can. Never mind.
Okay. Ashley's turning into Doctor Who, sonic screwdrivering just everything.
Well, the thing that immediately came to mind, of course, was the Sword Art Online, like, tracking skill. I see footsteps, but that's like,
Yeah. You could use advantage with your goggles of minute seeing, perhaps, but 19 will do. Just you head to the north. You do not find Maddie immediately. You begin to scan. Time is ticking away, and you're getting more and more nervous. But you've bumped into her in this district before. You know where to look. You know what you're looking for. And eventually, you find in the distance a glinting set of armor that you see sort of from a spark of a firework. Now, it's standing in front of a large palatial building. You are in the Governor's Square now. It's a small block in the Nobles' Quarter, but sensationally built. Typically, there are guardsmen at every corner of the streets, ringing a block of governing buildings with coronite shined shingles, painted trims, and sturdy foundations set right into the cobbled road below. They tower with exactness, indicative of their purpose. The building that this guard is standing in front of, it's like got its hand up, it's grasping the door. It's the mayor's building. There's large...
the guard.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Is the guard reaching up to get in?
Yeah, it's got like its hand on the doorknob, but it's unmoving.
Oh no. I turn the figure my way so I can look at it.
Okay. You have to run up these large marble stairs that are like 2 footsteps at a time, even for you at medium stature. There's large marble columns that come down. I mean, this, you can tell it's the mayor's home. And when you get up to the top of the stairs and you reach to turn the guard, you have to pull the hand off the doorknob. You see Maddie's armor as you turn her towards you.
No! Revius's stomach just drops and... Well, he's here now, so he storms inside and is yelling Kalsif's name in
Kalsif
rage.
is not to be found. You throw the door open, which is peculiarly unlocked. You run into a very spacious foyer. There's like a large pond in it that runs. It's got like marble trellising around it, and just there's waterworks, there's garden works. You have ivies spreading down the walls inside. It's just gorgeous. It's like 30-foot tall ceilings. You see many just beautifully crafted doors sported all along the walls that lead into greater passages and rooms beneath. But you notice a figure face down in the pool.
It's the mayor.
I flip it around.
It is indeed the old mayor.
Is he glassified?
He is glass, but he is also covered in moss. Like it's grown up out of the water. You can tell the water hasn't been treated in a while. It hasn't been cleaned. So he must have been like this for days.
Can I... he was face down in the pool. Can I at least try to pull him out and, like, lay him down out of the pool just in case that kills him again if we ever solve this glass thing?
Sure. Yeah, you can pull him out of the water.
Huh. I don't know what to do.
Tie him up.
No,
Oh no, he's dead. Never mind.
That's Tegan's
No!
fault. You can tie
Tegan!
something up.
Well, at the very least, I will lay him down on the floor. The glass figures are still, like, animated, but they are unmoving, right? Like, I can urge them...
You could urge Maddie along, but
Yeah.
you could not urge the mayor along.
Oh,
He
so
is
he's
dead.
like... He's dead. Alright. I'll tug Maddie inside
Okay.
and sort of just try to leave her in a corner of the entry room and just be like, just stay here. I'll be back, I promise. And close the door behind me
Okay.
and head back to the B&B.
Okay. You close the door behind you. The blue beam of light that had spouted from the mage tower in the depths of the forest blazes to the sky once again. This time, red. As you're departing the stairs in front of the mayor's home, you hear a You're sure that Maddie was glass and unmoving when you left. But someone within the mayor's home is now beating on the door from the inside. You head back to the B&B with a heavy conscience. Greg, what are you doing?
I'm heading right for the merchant square.
Okay.
As quickly as I can.
Okay.
As I'm running there, I'm going to burn a spell slot to cast Sending, since I don't have time to go back to the Holy Hall.
Okay. What would you like to do with the sending spell?
So I'm sending it to Father Chris. Chaos in the streets. People are being afflicted with some kind of a curse. Please get the members and acolytes out to heal them all.
As you're rushing down the streets toward the market,
Short legs, too.
very short legs, you're powering along, you receive a sending back. And it's Father Krios, and he says, meet at Iadai's house. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's all it says. Other than understood, got your message, confirmed. As your stubby little legs power you through the near empty streets, you see that red beam of light. And you hear, as you're rushing down the street, you hear the occasional, like, door getting beaten on. Like, or you'll see someone who had fallen over from celebrating too hard slowly shambling up and begin to walk. As you rush toward the market where the general purchase of town goods are made, you recognize the square. It's almost like a co-op. It's this sort of grassy area that's nestled in between the residential district and the center square. And your nose can typically guide you here. There's taverns, dining halls, foods, farmers markets. It's just off Founders Square. And this courtyard typically is almost like an open mall. However, tonight, there's a lot of stalls that are just like pulled up wagons. It looks like a lot of merchants and market goers were planning on taking advantage of the celebration, and they're set up. And you race through the stalls looking for your father. Laram is to be found here. He has a crowd of people gathered around his wagon, and he's stationed atop it. And you hear the clinking of glass as he sort of reaches into a pouch, and he yells at the top of his lungs, "Cures! Cures for the glass! I have them here!"
I love him.
My mouth kind of drops. What the hell? Oh my god. So I try to get closer and trying to see what exactly these cures are before I confront.
Limited
Snake oil. Duh.
Limited amounts. I believe the word you're looking for, Jacob, is nostrum. But yes,
Oh lord.
yeah, so you have a sinking suspicion that this is no true cure. Blessed from the holy hall of the midday sun.
That's not true. I'm standing there wearing my muddy and disgusting but still recognizable I kind of hold up my my shield, which is also has my symbol on it. So I'm like,
You see some mutterings in the crowd before his wagon, and he scratches his head. His hair is like balding away. He just has this little tuft of hair on the top. He's, well, that's a funny joke, Kopesh. This is my son. He's a goofster.
Dad, what are you doing? There's no time for this. Oh my gosh.
I'm making some coin. I'm saving these fine people.
We need to talk.
Very well. 5 minutes. Don't worry. I'll free potions. He starts like he throws like a handful out, and he starts to pack up while you can see the villagers diving down into the ground to grab the free potions.
I look sadly at them. I walk around the side of the tent, the wagon.
Don't look at me like that, Kopesh. I have to make a living.
Look, it's whatever. There's really no time to be admonishing you right now. So you notice the glass, and you're taking advantage of this situation. What do you know about it?
Well, seems that if you were going to be afflicted with it, you are already afflicted with it. That's really all I can tell. It was just started with a few people in the marketplace. They just sort of fell down and started to sleep, and, well, they turned to glass. So I had a pretty good idea, I thought. You know, give the people some hope. He, like, shimmies a little bit.
I don't think this is the hope that people need right now with their loved one. Okay. All right. Fine. So As far as you can tell, people are going to be afflicted with this. They already were. I kind of show him my shoulder, which is a little cracked.
That's different looking.
You think? You haven't seen something like this before?
Nope, that's new. Does it hurt? And he pokes it.
It doesn't hurt, but don't touch it.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what might happen.
I wonder, how could we turn this to our advantage? You could look, I can showcase you. I'll say, the cure works. It works on my son, Kopesh, who I've saved.
I'm going now. I appreciate the update and the lore, but I can't handle this anymore. And I turn on my heel. I don't have time for this.
Fine. Walk away. I have work to do.
Without a second thought, I'm leaving and going straight to Iadai's place.
Okay. You march back the way you came. After the red beam sort of illuminated the sky, you note that the tone has changed drastically to town. No more fireworks are pulsing in the sky. The low-hanging smoke is just sort of still, and it dips down into the streets as you dash your stubby little legs back to from the way that you came. You know that Iadai's is also on the west, as you've affectionately nicknamed it, Keir Corner, I believe.
Yes.
It's a small cottage on the south end of town, still looking out between the Stellan Plains, but also down south toward the mines. And as you approach the quaint little cottage in which houses your friend and Father Krios, you can see them on the porch. They're gathering something. They're pulling like a couple sacks together, like burlap on the ground, and they're rooting through them. They're out on the porch. Could you describe Iadai to me?
So he's not what you'd expect out of a wandering cleric at all. He's tall, tiefling, but just like covered in like scars, and he looks like he just rough and tumble. But he's always got a pleasant demeanor, helpful, but he doesn't look the part of a priest at all. So he's basically just looks like a wild man.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the wild man Iadai next to Father Kopesh, who is stout in stature and probably like picking up his flask and taking one too many sips.
Oh, I knew he couldn't even leave this place without a drink. My goodness.
But there is one thing that you see about Father Krios that you have not seen in a long, long time. He is wearing chainmail.
What's the snazzy armor about? As I approach.
Ah, Kopesh, you've made it. Well,
how come you couldn't even use all the words in the sending back? What's the matter? You were super vague.
I didn't want to. It's always better to share words and break bread in the same instance. I'm glad you've come. Would you like a sip?
No. I got to keep my wits about me.
Oh, of course. I like to think that a little bit of bravery juice helps you get your feet moving in the right direction. But
I mean, I would normally agree, but I think things are getting real dicey right now.
That's fair.
Kind of scared.
Well, good Iadai and myself, we're preparing. I had a realization.
Realization?
Yes. There is an old prophecy. Do you recall what I told you about the Holy Hall's hero?
Yes.
I had a vision of the mountain.
Wait. The cursed peaks? Wait, what are you talking about? What vision? Tell me all about it.
Well, I was in my room, and I was drinking a nice wine with a fruity bouquet, and...
Past that part.
Of course. I dropped my wine, and the glass shattered on the ground, and the wine spilled out, and it was staining the carpet something fiercely, but when I looked down again, it all seemed to meld together, and I saw it drain as the glass fragments became liquid. And I saw them drain, and I thought that they drained into a mountain. I awoke from the dream, realizing that what it all was. But I could not help but think that something in the mountains needs me. Eadai and I are preparing to go down.
Kind of had something similar in a cave, but
Perhaps
maybe they're linked.
Perhaps it is no prophecy. Perhaps something from the caves is drawing us in. Either way, we are heading down tonight. Something is wrong. Everyone at the hall is aware. I told them of your message, and I stirred the folks, even though they didn't all want to. You know who I'm talking about. Jareen.
He's got a big head since he got promoted.
Yes. Well, either way, we're heading to the south. We hope to see you down there with us.
I've got to gather a few things, but I can definitely head that way eventually.
Very good.
There's a few things we're going to look into on our side. We think we might be able to get some more information. If I learn something, I'll contact you.
Excellent. We will see you down there. Eadai steps to the side, and they both, at their waist, they have like these flails. It's, like the big sort of bludgeoning point based, attached to a long chain with a handle. And he goes briefly into his house, and he comes back out and he says, I've fetched this for you myself from the storerooms. I think you'll find it quite useful. And he hands you a censer. I will be sending it to you privately.
Wow, a gift that I can actually carry.
I'm
usually it's just us getting attacked by Fae, but okay.
Well, in the darkest of lights, sometimes you need something hard to hit the darkness with.
Don't you know it? I do appreciate this. Thank you, my friend.
Of course. We'll see you down there soon. And they ready their packs, and they head down into the darkness.
All right, then I'm heading back to our meeting place.
Okay, very good. Eleric.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to briefly go to my house first.
Okay.
Just to check to see if any of my family are there, and then, if possible, make my way to the Arcanum.
Okay. You do that. Fortunately, like everything else, most of these points of interest are all located on the west side of town. So, as you've all split off and headed to your respective locations, this does not take you long. As you are standing in the cramped little street looking at your townhouse, you also note that the surrounding area is incredibly quiet. You know that most people they'd be away at the celebration, but it's a residential district. There should be some people in the streets celebrating themselves or coming home early or collecting things, but it's silent. As you head up the rickety wooden stairs to the second level, there's like an overhanging porch that's attached to your small little townhouse that's cramped between another 50 townhouses. Sitting on the porch on a rocking chair is Astrid Freehold, your mother.
Astrid? It's good to see you not glass.
It's good to see you too, Eleric. Why don't you take a seat?
I'll sit on the step nearby.
Okay. It's sort of in the darkness, you can just barely make out the look on your mother's face is one of somberness. And it's a little unusual. It's restrained and quiet. In sort of the popping of the fireworks, occasionally you can make out more crow's feet than you recall on her brow. along her eyes. She looks tired.
Is the rest of the family inside? How's father?
Your father has taken them to the northern forest. I hope that they will be safe there.
In the northern forest? Well, I'm sure there are some safe areas, but we were there not too long ago and discovered a city of glass, actually.
Yes. The city of Zion. We've known of
Zion.
it for some time.
I see. Zion was the sixth family, the founding family, is that right?
Yes. But they went by a different name. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye. Your siblings are fine. Your father is fine. I sent them to the forest. Your father knows where it is safe. I have something for you. You were found with this when we found you in the Feywild. She passes you a tome. It is bound with old leather. The pages within are yellowed, but comfortable to the touch. The book has a healthy weight to it. You can tell immediately that it is magical. I am sending you something in private.
Okay.
When she hands you the book, you realize that her fingers are made of glass, and it's slowly creeping up her arm.
Did you also come in contact with the glass?
She reaches into a pocket and she pulls out a sliver of brown glass and she says, I found this under the floorboards in my office. It seems someone targeted people. I don't know why or how.
We know of someone who this happened to as well. You know my friend Tegan.
Mm-hmm.
We found some brown glass in Tegan's brother's shop.
And the brother, is he...
Oh, last I know, it was spreading across his arm. Something similar to what we're seeing here.
I see. I suppose, then, it is the same thing.
I don't know how long you have or if it's reversible, but I will try my hardest to figure out what's going on here and put a stop to it.
I appreciate that. I know I wasn't always the easiest on you, Eleric. Your father was able to see you as a son. I was only ever to see you as what I found in the forest that day. I want to say one thing to you before it goes. I want you to know that you can be whatever you choose to be. You are not always that which you have come from. And slowly, the glass creeps over her face.
Thank you, Mother. It means a lot.
The the last thing that she appears to be able to do is tilt her head to the side and smile at you. The book weighs heavy in your hands, and a red beam splits across the sky. You see her lurch forward and stand up and begin to walk down the stairs past you, seemingly no longer herself.
I'll go inside and gather any just mementos from the family just to kind of keep close to me. And then briefly sit back on the porch and examine this book. Does it look familiar? What does it say?
It does not look familiar to you, other than perhaps actually make a history check. I should revise that statement, perhaps.
Good. It's 21.
You have seen it before, in her office. She always seemed to keep it separate from her own spellbook. It's not hers. But upon opening the pages, you recognize writing within. Spells are written, scrawled across the sheets. She said that it was with you when you were found as a baby. Visit the link and you'll see what spells are available in it. And there is a special effect with it as well.
Okay. I will kind of bind it close to my body and take a deep breath and head to the Arcanum.
Okay. You walk a somber walk toward the Arcanum. You note other glass figures moving all toward the east. It seems they're gathering perhaps somewhere in town. You're not sure. As you approach the Arcanum, you see the large black tower looming over all the surrounding buildings. There is no one outside. The benches are clear of students. There is no studying. There are no guards. There are no lights from it within.
I still think Kalseth might be here. I don't know his allegiance or alliances. I'm going to try to be as stealthy as possible headed in.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Oh, nice. 21 with advantage.
Okay. You slink into the courtyard behind some of the trimmed hedges out in front of the building. Are you going to go into the building, or are you sort of skirting around it?
I'd like to go in.
Okay. You begin to, you check the door, you realize, there was a whole series of manipulations that you had to make, like gestures or something. But the door just sort of swings open. As you slip inside, you realize that all the security systems are down. Something is wrong.
That watchful golem is no longer there.
The golem is still there, but it is deactivated.
Okay. I'll go into my mother's old office and see if I could figure out maybe what she was working on, or what communications came across her desk.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me.
20.
Okay. You rifle through some of the papers on the desk. You look... I see that, Greg. You look into some of the chests on the ground.
Whoops.
That's okay. Carry on. This is a tiny little bubble. You rifle through some of the chests. You look at, the artifacts that she might have left on her desk. You see in the corner, with a wince of sadness, a floorboard pulled up, where she must have found that little chunk of glass. Whoever had put it there, or whatever reason it was there, you're not sure. You see a book with notations on the studies of the Feywild. You see notes of several spells that you are familiar with. Spells from your vision.
Sequester.
Sequester.
Dream.
Yep. And in a red circle at the bottom of the notes is, it is Eleric. Circled in red.
I am what? Came from the Feywild. I must be linked here somehow. I don't remember any glass. Coronite. Where did I come from?
You find yourself ruminating for a while, perhaps too long in the room. And you realize that you need to return to the meeting place.
I snap out of it and make haste back to the common house, the safe house.
Okay, very good. After a time, you all find yourself back at the safe house. You are all pushing exhaustion to an unhealthy degree. After your escapade with the Melgath Empire, your travel across the swamps and the sterile waters, you see in the corner that Timothy and Powderfist, they're already like fast asleep. It looks like they had spent
They
some
never
time...
left?
No, they haven't left
Shit.
yet. They spent some time on the porch with Nipsey, and she got them nice and boozed up. And they just sort of fell asleep.
Can't kick Timothy.
Ouch!
Get out! You have your own house.
No, I don't. You're so rude. Nipsey said I could stay as long as
I agree. You stay. You make me very happy.
You see, you have competition.
What did the Mogath Empire call him?
I'm not going to say. It's rude.
You silly bitch.
No! You were my only friend!
I'm still your friend, but do you want me to lie, Timothy?
No, of course not. A performer...
Silly bitch.
What?
If you have one night here,
Okay.
one night, and then you leave.
Bless you.
I tiredly go to make tea so we can have a conversation before we pass out.
Very good. Kopesh, you make some tea.
We're all back at the B&B, right?
You are all back, safe and sound, secure. I'm assuming Tegan has already thoroughly investigated for signs of Cinder. You think you're home free.
Look, guys, I've got about 27 minutes before I am going to knock myself out to the world. So, what did you all find out?
Well, Norik is at the armament.
What, did he yell at you again? Is he happy you got some of the map back?
He is fully glass, but I made sure
Oh,
that he's
shit.
not going anywhere. I made sure he's
shit.
not going anywhere. So
I'm so sorry. Then Kopesh actually needs it this time.
it's okay. I'm going to save him. I did tie him up to an anvil. So
Let's fix that.
Time.
We are going to save him.
yes,
Yes.
that's why I meant we.
Huh.
But
Wait, you still tied him up anyway?
Yeah, I can't have him going into the forest and then never being able to find him again.
No, yes, that's probably what I should have done.
Wait,
I've been
what do you mean?
looking.
What happened with you?
I went looking for a friend, and she was also turned. But as soon as I left the governor's estate,
You went to go find Kalsif?
no, it's just where I ended up. Kalsif, I can't find him anywhere, but
Oh,
I do
damn.
have some poor news. I think the previous governor was turned to glass a while ago.
Oh shoot! I thought
don't-
I know the previous mayor went missing. Did you find any news about him?
News, no, but I found him.
Wait,
He was
in town?
He was face down in his estate, completely
Oh.
turned to glass. He wasn't even moving like the others. This has been weeks in the making, probably, and he is... I don't know if he's alive or not.
Holy shit!
There's no way... Calcif... Do you think he really could do all of this to everybody? I mean... Everybody we care about.
I don't know. He wasn't at the Arcanum. At least I didn't check his office, but I
You
didn't
went
see
alone
him
to
there.
the Arcanum, even though haven't you been banned? You didn't get attacked, did you?
No, it was desolate as far as I could see. My mother was also turned to glass.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Eleric.
Someone was targeting her in the same way they targeted Norik, that brown shard of glass.
So that definitely, contact with that is definitely what's changing people.
It may not even be direct contact. It was under a floorboard. I wonder if it's just being around it.
How much exposure has your mother had to Coronite?
I couldn't be sure. I know that that's the main focus of the Arcanum these days.
My thing is, while we are predisposed to it because we've been using it for so long, I mean, it's been a part of our economy, like since I was a stubby little child. I can't even imagine how much exposure might have been in our systems up until now. Maybe we're all at danger of this.
Well,
Yes, maybe, but it still doesn't make sense. Only some of the people are turning to glass out there in the streets, and some of them aren't.
the Coronite and the brown glass are distinct. This brown glass is some weaponized thing.
And then there's a matter with the red glow of the tower.
I think we know where we need to go next.
Indeed.
Mhm. I'm in no shape to travel now.
Oh God, no! I can't lift my leg anymore. My right leg stopped working. I need to sleep.
I mean, the...
I also would like a bath. I smell like TJ, and it's making me uncomfortable.
And
Yes,
still have the swamp on us.
I'm wondering if we
Indeed.
have time for that. I mean, the people being called into the forest now.
If I walk into the forest
Self-care
right
is the
now,
most
I will-
important thing.
Shut the hell up. But you're right. But if I go into the forest right now, I will die. I cannot. It's important, but I am exhausted. I'm near exhausted right now.
Oh, that's right, I have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, you definitely need some rest. The bags under your eyes are heavier than anything in my bag, so I'm just saying.
I've gone days more without sleep.
Your eyes will
Fine.
your eyes are going to give you disadvantage with all that heavy.
That's why I have the goggles. As he pulls down his goggles with gems in them.
Oh,
Well, we
but
have the
guys,
Heartstone, right?
guys.
So we can move forward.
I forgot.
I look at
When
TJ,
I went to
oh
go
God.
see Norik, he gave me this cool dagger. And I pull it out, and
Congratulations.
immediately, I guess my arm turns to glass.
Even without the dagger being in your hand, Tegan, your arm is still glass.
Oh,
It's the same translucentness, like the kind of glass on Kopesh's arm, but it's just all the way through. But your hand remains very adroit. You could use it very well. Not at all seemingly the same as the glass that's occurring to the villagers, which is just like a brown film that you can't see through.
That looks like my arm. You're not special. Can we
I
go to
wish-
sleep now?
I don't think your brother gave that to you, Tegan, because, and Revius digs in his pockets and pulls out his new multi-tool, which is, I think, made out of the same stuff, right?
This
You
is
said
made
it
of
was glass.
Coronite.
Coronite. Oh. But the hilt of his is
the hilt of my
cornite.
dagger is cornite.
Correct, but the blade is glass.
Yeah. So
I mean, I don't know.
all I know is if my arms were like this at the Molgath Empire, I could have just said that was the new god.
Should have used more corruptions.
How about instead of all these quips, we get to sleep and we start heading for the tower as soon as we can?
Yes. Did you tell Nipsey to stay inside, maybe? I don't...
I told her to tell me if she turns to glass.
Oh wow, yeah. What a great decision. I'm proud of you.
She asked if I was high.
I ask that every time I talk to you too, so I'm gonna curl up in the corner.
Okay. I like to think you all have bedrolls like in a cabinet or something, but yeah.
I start unrolling mine because I'm kind of tired of talking to these guys. I still remember the frog incident, so I'm getting kind of upset. So I'm like, I need to go sleep before I punch somebody.
You can sleep, you could rest, you can go downstairs to Nipsey's and grab a bath if you want. Let's assume that everything you need is here. The long rest isn't just you guys sleeping for the full 8 hours. Maybe you just sleep for 4 hours. And the rest is like getting food and getting clean and getting ready for what's to come and having a lot of things heavily on your mind. So you can smash that long rest button. Like and subscribe. And
do I have to also like and subscribe to the long rest button?
Yes you do. Everyone likes the long rest button though, if you can manage.
True enough.
And you all sleep the rest of the night. There is not a lot of commotion for the rest of the night, but you know something's up. Yes, Revius.
The all-purpose tool, is it an uncommon +1
+1? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those of you that received items that have like +1, +2, +3, it is +1 for each of you. I think Greg's is as well.
It comes as it is, but
okay.
I just used it as it is. It's more than enough.
Okay. And Jake, your dagger, it is 2d4 +1.
Fantastic. I will write that in.
So just make sure you roll an extra d4 when you use it.
I'll just change the dagger that I have to 2d4.
Yeah, however you do it, that's fine. And of course, all of these items are magical. So, with that, let's take a 5-minute break and pick up where we left off. I had a miniature heart attack. I thought I forgot to hit record.
No.
But
Oh.
Okay.
All right, guys, start from the beginning.
All right,
Take 2.
over. Okay, excellent. See you guys in 5.
Okay.
All right.
So, you all awake in the morning. The sun is beaming down upon Keirhall like an average Sunday morning. But the town is quiet. The streets are quiet. It's usually quiet on the outskirts of town in Nipsey's townhouse. But today is much more quiet than usual. What would the party like to do?
Hope you're all ready. I think we've got to get to the forest.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I roll back over.
Are you still
I
asleep?
take Kopesh.
I'd like to peek out the window. Is the beam of light still in the sky?
It is not.
Well, Revius gets up and gathers all of his papers that he's been reading on and off throughout the night. And, are we ready, I suppose?
I don't know what we'll find, but we have the Heartstone. We have each other. And we know where to go.
Yep. Onward.
Kopesh, we're leaving now. Get up.
Onward.
I roll up and look at everybody. I'm like, is it morning already? Gee. I start start packing my stuff to go.
I take it you didn't
We're
sleep
leaving
well.
now.
I trudge tiredly behind everybody.
Very well. You all make your way down the stairs. You bid Nipsey a farewell. She's smoking a
Oh,
pipe.
did Timothy leave?
Timothy is smoking a pipe with Nipsey.
Hmm.
She says, oh, he's such good company.
I hug Nipsey. I'm like, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
Nipsey, make sure he doesn't come back.
Oh. Well, we'll see.
Just stay safe.
Of course, I have Timothy and Powder Fist. It's a bizarre name.
Timothy, he likes to go by. So
No, he doesn't. Let's just.
Silly
We have to get going. Stay safe, please, Nipsey.
Oh, of course. She
And I'll share
grab-
TJ.
I grab TJ's mouth. just we're dragging her out.
excellent. She hops off the bench and she smoking her long elegant pipe, she rushes down into the front yard and she gives you guys a big wave. And then you see Powder Fist is like, all right, Nipsey. Now this one is called Downward Facing Dog.
I forgot. That's how he's using his skills for good.
Go back.
You head into town. There is some commotion, mostly towards the center in the town square. There are decrees hanging on the walls. Guards are ushering people to and fro. They are rushing up and down. Anyone they see, including the party, they will stop and they will say, you are to evacuate to the north. Get to the Dwarf Dozen Lakes immediately. The town's not safe. Upon the decree of the new mayor, Calcif Terranface.
Not my mare.
That's not how this works.
I just sort of hit TJ like in the shoulder with my arm. Just shut up. Yes, sir. Certainly.
Very well. And then you get stopped
Wait.
like 4 times probably. Yeah.
On the third or fourth time, I want to actually ask. I want to ask the guard, what makes the lake so safe?
It says we don't know for sure, but everyone that turned a glass marched to the south.
So we're going north.
We're going the opposite way.
Now,
That's actually logical.
Was this decision straight from Calcif? From Mayor Calcif?
From Mayor Calcif and the captain herself.
The captain.
Yes. You know the captain. Everyone knows
Yes.
the captain.
Yes, Ventra.
I'm about to say Antonil.
Well,
Do you trust Calcif?
are you asking the guard?
Yeah, I'm asking the guard.
It's not
Of course
my
he trusts.
place. I trust my captain with my life. Get to the north, and then he runs off and he starts bothering someone else.
He's out here trying to evacuate people, and we're just like, so how do you feel about the politics right now? What's your name? How?
Yeah,
Oh,
Please leave town. Your boss
Well, I
sucks.
just wanted
please,
to know.
just get out.
I wanted to know if they had any kind of information as to why we're going to the lakes.
I mean, they go south, we go north. Boonga boonga. That's...
Hope the Molgath Empire is there.
It seems like a policy of desperation, but also a logical step. So, beyond that.
All right,
Okay.
let's get going, gang. Go. I just hit my mic.
Yeah, we're
Thwack.
we're definitely heading to the lakes.
Yeah, well, I mean, they assume as much. You just keep heading through town. You were nearing the square, so you head over the bridges that go over the Refinery River, through Halfton, and then out into the plains that are just a brief segment of farmland, and of course the town cemetery until you hit those abandoned lumber yards in which you so fondly remember meeting Gravlutz for the first time in. How is the party proceeding? Who's leading the way, and where exactly are you headed?
I'd assume Eleric's leading the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to, given I know the way. And I was hoping we could use the beam of light to just make this all a little bit easier, but now I just kind of have to go on memory.
Yeah, make a survival check for me, Eleric.
Okay.
Be safe out here in these woods.
Oh, it's a 6.
Okay.
You got the opposite. Well, you.
Roll a d12 for me.
Okay. That is 3.
Okay.
I'm bitching as we go, guys. I got to tell you about my dad. A total asshole.
Okay. Excellent. You march into the dark forest.
I'll pull out my little special lantern and I'll throw it at Eleric. Catch!
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, there you go. You are headed into the dark forest, and as you recall, Northwood, the weirwood is a particularly dense forest. In some areas, the beds of needles carpet the earthen floor and gnarled roots so thickly that you forget you're outside. The dense canopy can entirely blot out the sunlight for acre stretches, which would typically leave you wandering from light source to light source in an effort to avoid the dark swaths of forest. However, with the lantern of revealing in your hand, you don't feel the need to do so, making your trek a little bit faster. But on this occasion, the forest somehow feels darker, as though a fitful presence has its eyes firmly laid upon the party's back. You pass the old lumber site, and you travel for an hour or so through the darkness, headed toward the inevitability that is the Mage Tower. But then you stumble upon something. You're in a region that perhaps you skipped around, or maybe something is different. You see overturned earth, churned. And you have the choice to investigate it or pass beyond.
How far into the forest are we?
About an hour, so
Is it fairly close to like the lumber camp?
it's beyond
There.
it.
Okay. I mean, I'll investigate it.
Sure.
I'll pull my Googles down real quick and look at them.
Make that investigation check with advantage.
If I can find my dice.
Whenever Ashley rolls her dice, I never know what sounds I'm going to hear.
Well, I rolled it. It rolled out of the dice roller and onto a spoon and landed on an @1. But with my advantage, thank God. That is a 21.
Okay. You
Baller.
sift through the dirt, and at first you see a skeleton, or like a bony hand. Then even deeper underneath, you see a chunk of glass.
Brown
Seems-
glass.
Seems like you have stumbled upon a mass grave, but there's not very many corpses in it.
Oh, jeez.
Old bones.
Mhm.
You gather they scrambled themselves out and marched off to the south.
Guys, the glass isn't just turning living people.
Yeah, this is a much bigger problem.
Why?
It's not just Keirhall of today, it's Keirhall for the last 100 years that could be marching south.
We should
Can I
keep
take a
going.
bone?
Sure.
For
Let's.
investigated purposes later on.
Again,
For purpose.
you don't know what kind of brown glass that's been touched by.
Could I
I
perform
mean, we've been lit by glass.
I want to perform a religious rite for the skeletons.
Absolutely, Kopesh. You can
I'll
give a
start-
little prayer.
For whatever's left.
I start digging out my stuff and start like setting it down and start putting the incense and start making light and fire.
Make a religion check for me, Kopesh.
Will do. That's a 17.
Okay. You do so. You have the incense is burning. You give a quick prayer. You can even light your new censer if you choose to do so, however this looks to you. But as you're performing it, you can actually see the ground sort of settles almost. And you hear a voice from the forest and it says, "What is it doing?"
Shit.
Oh, good. The Forlorn.
"Hello." You look over and see Gravlutz. His deep yellow eyes and long, knobby arms sort of dragging behind him as he leans out from behind a tree.
Get the fuck away from us.
Well,
Tegan, yes. Gravlets.
Yeah.
Hello again.
Hello.
I'm not sure how much time you've been spending here, but have you seen what's been happening to people here?
The forest moves.
Yes.
The earth churns.
Do you know what's going on?
He calls to them, and they answer his call.
The Maker in the South Mountains.
The Maker in the mountains.
Who is he?
The Wizard Prime.
Wizard Prime.
Cool.
Did the Wizard Prime reside in the tower?
Yes. I need something from all of you.
A wizard?
I need
Does
you
it?
to leave me alone.
Fine.
What do you need from us and why?
I'll leave you alone. I'll
No,
find
just
it
don't-
on my own.
Oh, will you?
Tegan didn't mean that.
Make a persuasion check.
I walk over to Tegan and literally just slap
Hey,
my hand around her mouth. Just shut up. I will
15.
keep it there
15.
until we're done talking to
Okay.
Grimlets.
He pauses.
Yeah, I'll
and-
say, look, we all lost someone very recently. We're all on edge.
Fine. Well, we betrayed the Wizard Prime. We cannot let him get out. We made
Will he
him
hurt you
mad.
if he does?
Probably.
Oh, we can't let that happen.
Thank you. What?
Shut up! I
What's
screamed at
what's he all
DJ.
agitated about? I see him jiggling.
Do not mind her. She's just mad,
Oh, she's
like insane
she's
mad.
like curdled milk, all spoiled.
Oh, you want to be friends?
Anyway, my associate. He entered the tower 100 years ago. I want to know if he or they are still alive. And if you do this, I will call off someone that we have brought back from winter.
Winter Court.
Call off as in an attack.
I've said too much.
An attack on who? Us or the town?
The wizard. We must kill the wizard.
Now there we have something in common. But briefly, who are we looking for?
Who
How
are
will we
looking
know?
for? Yeah, that's a good question. What does the Wizard Prime look like if you betrayed him?
They are my accomplices.
It's not a very good answer.
You will know them if you see them.
That's
I'm imagining he
it
looks
doesn't mean
very much
anything.
like a
Can
Grablutz.
you- What does he? No, I just want to know. Just what is he wearing? Like, what does the Wizard Prime look like? Like, can I get some descriptors that are not like vague statements?
You will know who they are when you see them. I cannot describe them. I have not seen them in 100 years.
Fish is so mad right now, but he doesn't want to be TJ level, so he just shuts up and then starts pacing.
Look, if we see anything alive in the tower, which I very highly doubt, we'll shout out into the forest before we leave to find what's causing all of this. Now, in the meantime, if you'd like to be useful,
Yes.
just help. Go to the mountains, call off somebody, I don't know. Just be helpful. This is your last chance to do something good before we all probably turn into glass.
Very well. I will try to find the Winter Court assassin.
This sounds
Oh,
like a bad
that's-
deal, but sure, okay.
Have you lived for a long time?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Do you recall seeing me ever in the Feywild? Or an abandoned baby?
Fuck the Feywild, I scream out.
Shh.
He smiles at you.
I delivered you myself.
This is
Not-
your midwife?
Not like
Yeah.
that. Not like that. To the Feywild, Kopesh. I
That's just
must
still snickering in the corner.
away to find the assassin.
Do you know who my parents were?
Yes. Just
Are they alive?
You'll probably get a good description as the Wizard Prime. Good luck.
I can say at least one of them is. I must go. I must find the assassin.
Wait, I have more questions.
I'm going
Those
to
answers are
remove
my
We don't
leverage.
have time.
going to move Revius's hand off of TJ's because I'm at TJ's now because I'm kind of tired of this guy too. So I'll move it. I'll just move Revius's hand real quick.
Just let TJ lash on him.
Good luck,
Go for it, Tegan.
adventurers.
He betrayed us. Why do we trust anything that
We
he
don't,
has to
but
say?
guess what? The world is fucking ending, TJ.
We betray everyone. It is our nature.
Yeah,
Where
and I
you
should
go
betray you right
already?
here.
It wouldn't really be a betrayal. You're kind of a dick.
Let's go.
Goodbye. Good luck.
And he scampers off into the darkness. Of
Before
course,
he
you
leaves-
could chase or
No,
kill
before he
him.
leaves, I use a minor illusion to pretend like that I'm gonna cover up a little hole in the ground to make it look like level ground, just to see him trip.
Okay. He will make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my
Shit! If he dipped out, he'll be mad. 14 beats it.
He falls in. He goes,
Ah, fuck! I'm usually so much more graceful.
as he scrambles out and then rushes off.
With his
into the
long,
darkness. Yeah.
gangly fucking arms and
Kopesh is giggling to himself like a little child.
All right. So, random encounters aside,
Sorry about that. I know you had more questions. I apologize, Eleric, but he's kind of a dick.
I don't know if you want to
He-
trust anything he gives you anyways.
I mean, it's possible he actually delivered me.
Ew.
As far as I can tell, he's the only living thing that knows anything about my parents, so I will be finding whoever he wants me to find.
Feywild's kind of a terrible place.
you head deeper into the forest. Before long, you are returned to the Mage Tower. You recognize the clearing well before it comes into sight. Eleric, you guide your party to it. It stands towering over the surrounding canopy of trees. It's obsidian, sleek blackness, just a monolithic tower looming over everything. You know how to get in. Do you proceed to do so?
Yes, but before that, I just tell everyone, look, I doubt this tower functions on its own. It may not be as empty this time.
What do you mean?
Well, those two beams of light that caused chaos to Keirhall, I don't think that just happened on its own. So maybe there's some functioning apparatus in here. Maybe it was triggered somehow. We should be on our guard.
That actually makes me feel a little bit better, because if this happened as an act of chaos, that'd be even more terrifying.
I wonder if the tower is a controller. A relayer. If we can find a mechanism of some sort that's doing this, we could get people back to town, maybe.
It's a
You might
great
be
idea,
right.
Revius.
If we can keep everybody in the same place, we don't have to worry about finding them later.
Yes, we just have to find the person who's pushing the buttons first, however far away they are. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that's the person in the mountains.
I
Probably.
think you're right.
We gotta crack a skull or two, probably.
Well, let's see what's behind door number 3.
Very well.
Who is holding the Heartstone, by the way?
Tegan.
Eggs.
Jesus.
I am useful.
Oh my God.
All right. So, Eleric, you prick your finger. You use your blood to get in.
Yes.
The entry chambers to the Mage Tower are just like you left them. The wide octagonal room with all the little trapdoors in the floor, all of the plunderings that you did, all of the treasures you have found and pilfered here remain gone. Much looks the same. That door in the back of the room on the far side from the entry, however, is of course still there. You can go and you can fit the marble into it, and the door will slide open. Walking down the long hallway, you pass by the small reliquary room, and you fit 2 marbles into the next door, and it slides open as well, leading you back into the chamber with the altar in which you sat down on a pillow, shed your blood, and learned things. Of course, there is another door at the far end of this clinical room as well. All of these rooms have changed from the sleek blackness to a bright white. As you make it toward the end, you all stand before the 3rd door. What do you do?
Step aside and wait for Tegan to
Yeah.
do Tegan things.
I boot her with my foot, and
You
get
boot
the-
her! Jesus.
Before I do this, does anyone have any objections to it?
I have objections to
No.
you, but let's get this started.
I ignore that comment.
There'll
And
be
I put
plenty
it in.
more. I will not stop.
Very well. The door slides open into the wall, as though it was never there before. You can step through, but before you do look down the hall. It is a very long hallway. It's about 15 feet across, and it's marked with columns in the center of that hallway, spanning about 5 foot each. A lean to the side, either side, will reveal that there may be 4 or 5 columns as the hallway stretches clinically onward, deeper into the sanctum of the tower. A bright portal spits blue sparks fitfully outward at the far end of the long hall.
Okay, it's a little creepy.
Can you just see at this distance the outline of the portal, or can you see anything through the portal?
You cannot see through the portal.
Okay.
Just like solid blue, but spitting sparks out. Definitely operational.
Okay.
Can I check to see if this hall can I use perception to see, or investigation to see if this hallway is trapped at all?
Absolutely. Make an investigation check for me.
I got a 4.
Okay. You assume something about this hallway is not as it seems, but beyond that.
I'm gonna just step into it.
Roll for initiative. I mean, what else do you do when you fail the investigation, you know?
Damn it!
Ooh, mine was real bad.
I will say, if someone is interested in rolling a perception check before TJ steps in, you are welcome to do so, just to gather a little bit more
Hell
detail.
yeah. 17.
Okay.
I'm not the kind that looks before I leave.
Okay. Revius?
My perception? Or
Sure. Or investigation.
Oh.
This is just you
Oh.
and Eleric, sort of.
hell yeah. That took a while to stop rolling. 18.
Okay. You and Eleric both note something about the column that you can first see. It's the first column down the hallway. If you reference Owlbear, you will see this. The first column, it looks like it has some sort of a slide mechanism over it. Like a panel could be slid upward so that you can see what's within.
Okay.
All right. If you could please place your miniatures on Owlbear. Down in the bottom section. The little horizontal wall there, that is the door.
I'm trying to find my thing.
Okay.
I have
Alright.
2 things for every use, and I don't know which one to use.
That's okay. Tegan, you are first.
Yeah,
You
I
sneak
still
man.
don't have a miniature because I keep forgetting to do it.
Oh, hang on. I have it. Here you go.
I'm sorry.
Is there a way to zoom in on here?
Mouse wheel?
Scroll mouse?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Price.
Tegan, it is your turn.
I move here.
Okay, very well. You move there. You see Tegan rush halfway down the chamber and slide behind the second column. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Tegan, from your vantage point as you're moving, you see there is a large stone golem behind the final column, and he pulls a lever twice with each of his attack actions.
Oh, fantastic.
I need
Oh!
more information about this.
Hey guys, there's a stone thing all the way down at the end of the hall. He's doing
Yep.
something.
There's stone every. Oh shit! And I look, and I was like, oh fuck.
You yell out, and 2 living flames sort of spray outward from within the columns. The slides slide up, revealing that there are scrolls hovering, descended, sort of just floating. One of the scrolls just sparks out and explodes, and the flames come shooting out. They appear to be living. Tegan and Kopesha need dexterity saving throws.
Oh god. Thank God, that's a nat 20.
Heck yeah.
16.
Okay. You both only take half damage, which is 7 fire damage each.
Do I take half of that then too because of my ability?
If you choose to use it, but using it will use the charge, and you won't be able to use it again until nightfall, which is okay.
Okay, so what did you say it was? How much
It-
damage?
Reduce it, just resistance. So 7, you could turn that to 3 if you wanted, and then teleport 30 feet as a reaction.
I'm gonna stay where I am,
Okay.
but
Did you use it or no?
okay. No.
Okay, excellent. Eleric, it is your turn.
Right. So these columns are in flames now. The flames seem to be like pushing outward, writhing outward, or are they just on fire?
The columns are wreathed with living flame. There are more scrolls within them sort of spinning around, so you could attack the column or you could attack the living flames themselves. They appear like they will continue to wreak havoc on their own.
Okay.
Or you can go down and interact with the stone golem at the far end. Or you can
Okay.
run
That's
to the
my
portal
plan.
and disappear. Whatever you want to do.
That golem looks scary.
Yeah.
Is he actually undead, or is that just a cool looking
Just a cool looking
thing that you put in? Okay.
Maybe he has like a skeleton painted onto the stones to look intimidating.
Oh. Whoops.
What would you like to do, Eleric?
Did I hear like some kind of clicking mechanism or the lever, or was that just kind of like description?
Yeah, we'll say you heard it. Tegan could see
Well,
it.
I yelled that he was controlling something.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to send some magic missiles down to the end of the hallway, and just see if I can target that final column.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Roll damage.
Eight damage.
All right. You shatter it. Living electricity comes pouring out of it. However, it is broken.
I like Bryce's face.
It is broken, but you have shattered the console. It's a little bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
He appears to not be able to use it anymore, and some of the columns aren't doing anything.
Okay.
Okay. Kopesh, if you're done, Eleric.
Yep.
Okay. Kopesh, it's your turn.
Pulling up a spiritual, I'm gonna run up to this column that's next to me.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon, and then try to strike the actual column, not the living flame.
Okay. Make a melee spell attack for me.
Son of a bitch! That's an 11.
An 11. Hits. Roll damage.
Oh shit. Fuck. 5.
Okay. The column still seems to be in good shape, but you use your spiritual weapon. It fires back. This big shield smashes into the glass, and you just see it splinter and crack.
Aha! I'll keep at it.
Okay. Would you like to use your action for anything?
Fuck it, let's try the censure out. I'm
Heck
not
yeah.
proficient. I'm not proficient with it, but we're gonna swing it anyway. He's awkwardly picks it up and like and swings.
Okay.
You're so graceful.
Make your melee attack.
The only word I'll say back is bitch.
Bitch.
Timothy's not here.
That's a 12.
Hits. Roll damage.
I'm a swing better than my actual proficient spell. Is stupid. That is a total of 10 damage.
Excellent. You shatter it clean through, and the scrolls just burst into flame as they come out, but in a harmless manner.
Thank God.
Is that your turn?
That's all I'm doing.
Okay, Revius, it is your turn.
So Kopesh just took the scrolls out and waved them through the fire and they disintegrated?
No, he just beat the column until it was destroyed.
No, you're talking about strategy that is above like Kopesh's pay grade. It's like I would hit it.
Is the fire thing still there? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. And the column is destroyed.
Correct.
So they're definitely like, all right.
There were multiple
Alright.
scrolls in there. You think if the creature had continued pulling the lever, it would have kept spawning more. So you guys are doing good.
Okay.
But let's keep it moving.
Yeah. I really don't.
The living flame is
Want
a creature that will attack you soon.
Yes. Alright, I guess I'll spawn my thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the description for the thingies for it. I'm guessing a flamethrower wouldn't be very good right now.
I would not recommend a flamethrower.
Alright, Eldritch Cannon, I'll put it in, and action.
Okay. So, as a bonus action, you summon your Eldritch Cannon. You see it crawl off of your shoulder. Would you like to fire a shot with it?
Yes.
Okay. You may make a ranged spell attack. Don't forget your extra +1.
Yeah. fucking hate D&D Beyond. Go away. That's not great. 16?
Hits. Roll damage for me.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. 10. No, hang on.
Force damage.
Yes,
Yes.
force damage.
You see the beam just sort of spray right through the center mass, and you see the flames dissipate a bit, but then they weave back together. You did
Okay.
do damage.
He's supposed to be pushed 5 feet away, but, you know, that's not gonna happen right now.
Oh,
He's in front of the column.
I'll push him off to the side. That's all right.
Okay.
Actually, you get to choose, right?
It's just 5 feet away.
Well, yeah, but I either push him onto Kopesh or...
Oh, well, I don't want to push him at Kopesh,
Okay.
so
Do
yeah.
it. Kopesh
We'll
is
just
fine.
have it
I am
over
a
here.
man. I live in flames. I'm fine. Let me cook.
All right. Is that
You
your
get flamed a lot.
turn, Revius? I don't know your character that well.
Yes.
Okay. The Burning Hands will leap over and they will spray the two of you, Eleric and Revius, with flame. I need dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Not great at dex. It doesn't matter. Net
Oh,
20 for a 22.
shit.
Hey-o.
I got a 3 for a 3.
Oh no.
Okay. Bryce, you take 11 fire damage, and Ashley, you
Okay.
take 5 fire damage.
I have resistance to fire, so is that halved
2.
again?
Take 2 fire damage.
Ayo, I should.
Excellent. The other one is going to leap out, and Tegan, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Boo, boo, boo. 13.
All right. Meets it, beats it. You take 7 fire damage as flames wash over you.
Cool.
The living lightning comes darting down the hall. You're all spread out very nicely.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
I get evasion, so when I'm subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage, I instead take no damage.
Excellent. You take no damage.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. The living lightning bolt comes racing down the hallway at incredible speeds, and then it fires a lightning in a line. Just Kopesh, you're the only person it can hit. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
I would like to use my flash of genius.
Excellent.
I rolled a 17.
You add 4 to the roll.
Okay.
I
Oh,
go
nice.
to 21.
Excellent. Instead of taking 28 damage, you will take 14 lightning
Jesus.
damage.
Whew.
That's preferable.
Okay,
That's
guys, I can only
preferable.
use this 4 times, so be careful.
Okay, we are back to the top of the order. Tegan, it is your turn.
I would like to take a canteen of water out of my bag.
Okay.
What the fuck? Are
and
you
pour it
thirsty?
on the living flame.
Let's see here. Okay, you splash water on it, and you see the water turn to steam.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you
that
got it?
didn't do anything to it.
I look at you with the biggest disgust. You might not be facing me, but I'm mad. My hair is spiky because I got electrocuted. I'm mad.
I will say you have discovered these creatures do not have vulnerability to water despite the fact that they are made of fire, but that's probably just because they're pure magic.
I mean, I had to try, right?
Sure.
No, you didn't.
I'll say that was your free
Whatever.
action.
All right, well, 1, 2. Okay.
Okay.
And I also would like to do an investigation to see if any of these pillars are like load bearing.
They are not. Without making an investigation, you realize they don't go up and touch the ceiling. They like slide up, and then you know that within will be more of the spell scrolls that come to life.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna just end my turn.
Okay, excellent.
Yes. Yes.
It looks as I will add to your investigation. Make an investigation check for me, Jake. And we'll see if we can add something to that.
So, 19.
Okay. You note that the controls on this last one are destroyed. And you actually see the golem on his next turn. He reaches up and he grabs the knob and he pulls it twice. And it just snaps off. And it just sort of looks down and ends its turn.
So, guys, he can't control anything anymore, but I don't know if that's a good thing.
He does not move to attack you in any way. That's all I'm telling you with that. Eleric, it is your turn.
I saw Tegan try the water. I will not be trying that. I'm just going to. I see this magic flame. Magic flame, like directly in front of us.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a step back if I can,
Don't
and
let it
then
fuck you up.
I'm gonna.
You could, but it
Sorry,
will
go ahead.
attack you.
Oh, okay.
It's just an attack of opportunity, but that's up to you.
I don't like the idea of an attack of an opportunity from this thing.
Okay.
Can I touch this thing?
The fire?
Yeah.
Yes. It is real. You may touch it.
All right. I'll.
Your hand burns off.
No. Shit. I'm not gonna do that. All right. I'm just gonna. How does casting a ranged spell work when I'm not ranged?
If it's a ranged spell attack, it will have disadvantage. If it's an AoE spell that simply has a range, it will just be normal because it's a saving throw from the enemy.
I guess I mean magic missile because it's not even a saving throw for that.
It just
Yeah,
hits.
it just hits.
Yeah. Unless someone
All
has a
right.
shield spell, that always hits.
Okay.
You guys are
I
all
will
gonna take
cast.
damage.
I will cast magic missile, and then since I know it hits, I'm gonna pull out this new book and I'm gonna face it at the enemy and like shove it, and I think it takes an extra 2d6 force damage.
Okay. When you move to cast the spell this time, Bryce, you summon the beads of force before you through your crystalline head, the bead on your crown, I guess. Is it like on a
Like a headband.
Okay.
Yeah.
The beam comes to light, and the light shines down onto the book, and the book opens in your hands, and the pages flip, and you see that it's just immediately inscribed as Arcane Missile. And as soon as you fire it, it just turns a glinting purple, green, blue, and it just fires and phases right through, destroying it.
Jeez. Okay.
It was low on health, so I'm not going to have you roll damage.
Okay.
Excellent. Is that your turn?
Where am I? I'm just gonna take one step this way, just so I'm not in direct line of that other flame thing.
Okay, excellent. Excelente. Kopesh, it is your turn.
I look, and I look at the other fireball that's still there. I'm like, I'll get you in a moment. But I look forward, and I think I see 3 pillars and a lightning thing that isn't made of fire.
Mm-hmm.
So, pillar 2 that you have marked is going to be my center of focus, and I'm going to cast fireball on that and try and catch all 5 targets in the fireball.
Okay, let's see. The radius of a fireball is 30?
20 feet, 20 in radius, so
20,
40,
so 40 feet.
yeah.
Okay, so you can center it and hit the fire and the lightning and all the pillars, but not Tegan and not yourself.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, is there a dex saving throw on that, or?
There would be, yes.
Yeah, because if there was, it doesn't matter. I can always just.
I'm not going to hit you.
Not take damage.
I'm not that much of a dick.
Okay. Now, the lightning saved with a 17.
Shit. Okay, let me roll the damage.
The fire is immune, but I will
I
say
figured.
that the pillars do not actually. So the pillar closest to you, the second one, since it's open and exposed, you just see it blast open, and the spell scrolls are destroyed, just disintegrated from the flames. The other two are inoperable because the shielding is still down, but nothing happens to them. However, the lightning will still take half damage.
All right, so 30 fire damage, 15 half.
So he still takes 15 damage. Excellent. And you made the second column totally inoperable.
Awesome.
Excellent.
And I'll move 20 feet diagonally. So you said it's 5 feet and then 10 feet after that. So
Yeah.
that's just enough. So I'll diagonally move this spiritual weapon to the flame,
Okay.
and I'll attack that with the spiritual weapon.
Excellent. Make a spell attack for me.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Wait, did I do that right? No, I think that one's still fine.
Yeah.
And that is 11 damage.
11 damage. Excellent. You see the holy glittering door floating through the hallway until it slams down, trying to snuff out the flames halfway down the hallway. It does a good strike. You see the flames like dissipate out the sides, and then they fitfully come back together, much less brighter than before.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to run diagonally behind my spiritual weapon
Okay.
and leave myself there. And that's it. That's my turn.
Awesome. Thank you. Revius, it is your turn.
Okey dokey.
Oakley dokley.
10, 15. Okay, first, I can't get around all these. I guess I can move into this. Whatever. It's 5.
You can shoot
10,
over
15,
Kopesh. He's
20.
small.
No.
I'm not that small.
You're pretty darn small.
I'm fun-sized.
No, first I'm gonna move over past the first column or near it and try to use my cantrip to shoot at the lightning thingy.
Make a ranged spell attack.
Yeah. Ooh. 15 plus 9.
Hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and then that's a firebolt, so 2d10. $12 damage.
Excellent. Well struck.
And then, as bonus action, command my thing to move over to Kopesh's size. It only has 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. And shoot at the flame.
Okay. Make a ranged spell attack.
I desperately duck. Ah!
13?
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
No! Okay. Then it is my turn.
All right. Revius, you fire a firebolt down the hallway, splashing into the living lightning that's halfway down the hall between yourself and Tegan. You see it sort of dissipate as well and lose some of its staticness. And then you send your little mechanical device across the hallway, and it fires off a shot at the final living flame, and that unfortunately glances on the side of the column next to it. So, if that is your turn, the living flame will leap forward into the space with the spiritual weapon and attack Kopesh. Kopesh.
As it doesn't happen to have eyes, does it?
No.
Shit. Okay, just checking. Go ahead.
Are you gonna try to blind the fire?
listen. You never know. If the walls have eyes, the flames might have eyes too. I just had to ask.
It's fair.
The fire is blinding you because it emits light.
Now I look into fire all the time.
You do have a concern about it being immune to blinding. Does a 16 hit?
No, that does not.
Okay, excellent. So it attempts to burn you, but your shield just splashes away. You know.
The holy hall's flames are brighter and stronger. It doesn't have ears either, I'm sure. God, this sucks.
Oh.
The lightning will flee back up the hallway in front of Tegan.
Good luck.
And it will attack you twice. Ugh. For a 25 to hit.
It hits.
Okay.
It's so far away.
You take 21 lightning damage.
Nope. I take 11.
Are you teleporting away?
Oh, God damn it. I don't want to, but yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. If you just want to take full
You
damage
should.
and sit there.
No, I
Yeah.
want to take care of this golem.
Do
Alone?
it. The golem's not attacking us right now, and so
Dude,
long
you're
as
gonna
we
get hit
can't
with a
summon more
second lightning
things-
spell,
Yeah,
like
just
in a second.
get the fuck out. Hide behind one of the things, the columns.
Do I have to go 30? Do I have to go 30 feet?
Up to 30. You can go wherever you want. You just have to see where you're going.
Boop. Can I go there? Can I go
I don't-
behind this pillar?
Where?
You didn't move.
Well, okay. Can I go here? Like, if I go that way and then that way.
Sure.
Great. Well, then I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah, you do have to see where you're going. Shit, if you get blinded, you can't teleport anymore, right? Fuck.
I can't. You're still. Oh gosh.
Please tell me TJ's hair is on end. I'm being shocked.
You got very lucky with my diagonal spacing move. He is 5 feet away from getting back to you.
Fantastic. I
Excellent.
live on luck.
Well done. And a little skill. Don't sell yourself short. Okay, but the living lightning bolt is still living and breathing. Tegan, it is your turn.
Oh, it's breathing.
Is the lightning bolt like bloodied at all, or no?
It has no blood. But no, as far as like its brightness, it's not yet half dimmed.
I'm quickly finding that I can't fight elementals against you because your descriptions make me want to tear my non-existent hair out.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here,
Okay.
Why?
and I'm gonna push the golem. I'm going to like attack the golem and try to get him to go into the portal.
Okay.
There's
Make
a
strength
push action
athletics check.
too.
Yeah,
You
this-
should use the push action.
It will be
The
his
shove.
his shove action. It will be
Yeah.
a strength.
Well, I
athletics
would
check.
like honestly, I wouldn't even care if I got grappled into the portal with him.
Oh, he's not. It's just a shove. You use your action to shove him. Make a strength athletics check.
I'm probably gonna fail.
He rolled
that,
a dirty
but okay.
20.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely fail that.
You're way too far away
Um,
for me to use Flash of Genius on you too.
Do I use strength?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail that.
Well, roll. You never know.
Maybe you can get
I got a
nice-
16.
It's close.
So
You shove him. He like
No.
takes a half step back, but he's holding on to the mechanical. You know, he just didn't have quite the oomph to do it. Other than that, he makes no move. Is that your turn?
can I attack him?
You used your action to shove. That's a special attack.
Okay. Can I move behind him, or on the side of him?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You can break up your movement however you like.
Cool. Well, then I'm gonna move to the side of him.
Okay. You can move yourself. You have a bonus action if you want to hide from the lightning bolt. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
wanna
that's
tell
what
you
I'm
to play.
doing. I'm hiding behind the behind the golem from the lightning bolt.
Make a stealth check with advantage because of your new feature.
Do.
And this will be contested with the lightning bolt. It doesn't have eyes. I was told that, so it can't have a great.
Nat 20. So I got a 30.
Excellent. Yeah. You are pretty darn confident that the lightning bolt will not be able to find you, nestled beneath the legs of the golem or wherever you're
The golem's like, what are you doing?
Bro. It is the helmed horror's turn. He just he breaks off the other thing and looks down at it, and then drops them both to the side and sort of looks despondently at the floor. Eleric, it is your turn.
Kind of far to be very useful, but I'm gonna try to move this. If I move over here, this is all of my 30 feet.
Okay.
So I don't think I can get to the flame from here, right?
I'll say you can glance around the pillar, but you can't see the lightning.
Okay. I'll try that, and I'll just magic missile. It's been my most effective thing, so I'll just do that.
Bryce discovered magic missile, and he never went back to any other spell. Okay,
It's so boss.
it is. Roll your damage for me.
9 damage.
Excellent. Are you using your book, or does it have a certain amount of charges?
It has a certain amount of charges, only 3 per day, so I'm gonna hold off.
Okay, excellent. The magic, the beads of force do not change color this time. They're typical blue, and they pierce through the flames multiple times until they dissipate. You have destroyed it. Is that your turn?
Flash forward. The lightning. Yeah, it's my turn.
Excellent. You yell on to Kopesh. Kopesh, it is your turn.
Yay! But you're doing good at striking these that better than I can. So anyway, I'm going to point at the flame in front of me, and I'm going to Toll the Dead, since half my spells don't work against the flame.
The
Wisdom
flame.
saving.
The flame is dead. It's just a lightning bolt.
Just a lightning bolt. Oh,
Yeah.
just making sure.
I can't hear you, Greg.
Sorry, I just saw it in owlbear.
That's okay.
I saw the flame right until you said it was dead. So
Perfectly
okay,
fine.
so let me go ahead and move forward. So that's in a straight line.
I can't hear you again.
Sorry, I'm just counting.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to move 30 feet forward.
Okay.
So I am 10 feet from the lightning bolt, and I will use Toll the Dead on
Okay.
it.
Excellent. It will make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, please. 14 meets it or beats it.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 17.
Excellent, then. All I'll do now is move my spiritual weapon as the bonus action 20 feet forward,
Okay.
It's right behind you.
right behind me, and I will use that as my turn.
Okay. Excellent. Kopesh, you've closed the distance between the lightning bolt. It unfortunately resists the tolling of your holy bell. Revius, it is your turn.
I'm muted. Hey.
Hey,
Okay, I'm gonna move 30 feet as far as I can. There.
Excellent.
I will shoot a spell at the lightning. Cantrip. Firebolt.
Okay. Make your range spell attack.
20? Unnatural?
20 unnatural hits. Roll damage for me.
Okay. D10. And then 15 fire damage.
Excellent. Revius, you stretch your hand out forward before you realize that the multi-tool inlaid with coronite is in your hand, and it shifts and splays itself around your wrist, and the tool flips through a couple options until landing on like a wand end with like a little blunderbuss, and it fires out.
Ooh.
You leave the living lightning bolt looking half dimmed.
Ooh, okay. Bonus action 8 will travel 15 feet forward as far as he can.
Okay.
And ballista. Well, yeah, actually it's 120 feet, so force ballista the shit out of that lightning.
Okay.
Watch out, Kopesh.
You see 8 sort
You
of
just
scramble up the
heard
wall.
I duck again. I'm like, stop it!
duck.
Make your attack, please.
Yes.
Goose.
Nat 1, so 10.
Yeah, that bolt splashes into the portal and disappears.
Ooh.
Am I able to pick up the small construct and carry him with me?
Yeah, absolutely. You will have to move to it though and use a free action to do so.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it this turn, but for future combats, definitely. That is my turn.
Excellent. Okay. That brings us to the living lightning bolt. You see it charging. It's like trying to soak up energy so that it can fire off another lightning bolt, but it fails to generate it. It comes surging forward to Kopesh because it cannot fire a lightning bolt down the line of you, and it will attack Kopesh twice. Kopesh, the first attack. Ooh, a 26 to hit.
Hit.
No saving throws, huh?
This is just attacks. Oh, I rolled.
That's why I
low.
got. That's why I got. No, that's why I got in close because my saving throws are shit. And you
I
said
know, but I
that,
could give you +4 for a saving throw.
You take 32
I-
lightning damage.
Oh!
I collapse instantly.
No! Shit. All right.
It surges forward. Revius, it will attack you.
Bitch, try.
13 to hit.
Always close. Does not hit.
Okay. You see the lightning just that surged over Kopesh seeks you out next, flashing before you and firing off again, but you were prepared and you duck out of the way. That will bring us back to the top of the order. Tegan, it is your turn. You have seen Kopesh fall to the ground, lightning flickering off of his armor. I pushed the
I'm
golem.
going to yell to the lightning bolt and try to taunt it. What?
Okay.
I can't imagine that's actually going to do anything, but like...
You yell at it. What do you yell?
Stop picking on the little people!
All right. Next to the languages on this creature is 2 dashes.
Fantastic, it doesn't understand
It does nothing.
Great. Shit. Alright. 5, 15. Shit, I can't even get there.
Yes, you can. It's 25 feet to right above Kopesh. You can bonus action dash as well to make your movement speed 60.
Alright, well... I guess I'm going to do that.
Sure.
To get to the lightning, and I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
I'm going to use the glass dagger.
Excellent. Don't forget the +1.
Yep. So, let me do that. Sorry, I'm all over the place right
That's
here.
okay. I'm less antsy
15?
now that there's only one more. 15 meets it, beats it. You just hit. 2d4 +1 plus your sneak attack damage because he is engaged with Revius.
How romantic.
Oh.
Hey, that's my
Okay,
girlfriend.
so 28.
28 damage?
Yep.
Lord.
All right. You swing forward. Your shadowy, glassy hand slips into the lightning stream, dissipating it, severing its cord at the center. And it dies.
Yes.
That
You did?
Yeah, that will end our combat.
Is the golem still just hanging out back there? Just like,
Yeah, he's just not doing anything now.
okay.
Seems like it was a safe, just like that's what it does. Its purpose was simply to pull the levers that you guys destroyed immediately, which was really well played. What would you guys like to do? You have a teammate on the ground dying.
Get to him.
Yeah, I'll get to him and I'll use spell the cure wounds at 2nd level.
Excellent. Roll health and give that to Kopesh.
Okay. You see Revius run up with a very weird syringe mechanism in hand and just stabs it right into Kopesh's chest
Nice.
as it oozes healing.
Nice. Kopesh, that's what you wake up to. How do you feel about
I
the
have a
needles?
serious question for you, Kopesh.
What the fuck?
15 health points. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Kopesh, did you see your god? You're muted.
Everything was light.
So no, then.
What the hell? Did I get dropped? Fuck!
Never
Did the combat ended? Shit! I look around, look at the golem. I'm like, wait, you guys didn't beat this guy up. What are you doing here? Get
He's
him!
he's non-combative. It's okay. Just take a second to breathe. You're gonna feel a little woozy. That's unfortunately my fault, but you're alive.
Did you stick the needle in my
did good.
chest?
Maybe.
Thank you. It
You're
hurts. You didn't have to hit my left nipple, but I appreciate it.
I like go to touch Kopesh and my hair starts to stand because of static electricity.
I'm already electric. You touch me, my armor has been charged up from you dying. So we're both our hair stands on it.
We have a
Can
Jacob's
I-
ladder effect.
Can I go home? This hurts.
What would you guys like to
Once
do?
Kopesh is stable, I'd like to get up and walk over to the column
Mhm.
and see if I can. Well, actually, first I'll tell everybody. I'm going to do something. You might want to stand back.
The help? You need help?
No, especially not from you. I don't want you keeling over again.
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
I can help.
No, you can't. You also look like shit.
I didn't take that much damage.
What are you doing?
You didn't? I want to try and open the catapult, the unused catapult we're right next to, like the third one.
The third one? Okay.
Mhm.
Make a strength athletics check.
Who all got hurt in the last battle?
Strength athletics. Can
I took 14 damage, but that's it.
use my tool?
Are you using corruption?
Sure. Why
Okay,
not?
Then I will say yes.
That's good thing I did. Plus 10, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You begin to push up on it, and then you wedge the tool into the hairline point where you can see it separate the shielding from the base of the column. And as you put it in, you see the tool shifts and turns, and it spreads across like a wrench, and it slips in and pulls it open enough for you to grip your fingers under it and pull it up.
Are there spell scrolls in it?
There are
How many?
4.
4.
A
Well, I'll
Burning
try-
Hands level 1 spell scrolls.
Ooh. I'll try to grab one and just very carefully to make sure it doesn't explode into awfulness in my face.
Sure, you use a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Are they all burning hands?
Yes.
Sleight of hand. It's natural 20 for a 22.
Excellent. You grab all 4.
Do we have 10 minutes you have 10 minutes for me to start praying so I can heal up our team?
You can
Y'all
definitely
stand
start
here.
with this, Kopesh.
So I started muttering in the corner.
Okay. Yeah, the prayer of healing is successful.
Thank
Can
God. All right,
Tegan
let me roll
Cast
for it.
spells from spell scrolls? I don't think so, right? I
No,
don't remember the
only
rules.
only if you have access to the spell. So definitely Bryce, possibly you, and actually Kopesh might be able to too because of Kopesh's subclass is light, so I think he has access to Burning Hands as well.
Oh yeah, I do have burning hands.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can use it if
I
you
don't-
have this.
No, if I do.
Yeah. So I mean, you could give.
I'm all about fire spells.
Yeah. You can
Which
just
is-
give all 4 to Kopesh. You can definitely use them. Or some, whatever you do. But 2 of you can use them.
How do I tell if... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I will give 2 to Bryce and 2 to... 2 to Eleric and 2 to Kopesh.
Excellent.
While this is going on, can I go up to the portal and see if I can see through it while I'm standing right next to it?
Yeah, you cannot, unfortunately. It's completely opaque.
Everyone,
If
I just wanted to gather us around real quick. This was just a defensive hallway, and we nearly died. I think we need to be a little safer. We don't know what's ahead.
That was one of the worst prayer of healings I've ever rolled in my life. So okay, you all get 7 HP back. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Then I only took 7 damage.
Kopesh looks at his hands like, what the fuck did I do? It's just like,
It's hard to pray when your mouth was wired shut by electricity a moment ago. All right. So, you're standing before the portal. This golem is sort of just still. What do you do?
Does this hallway continue downward, or is the portal the end of this hallway?
The portal is the end of the hallway.
Okay. into the portal, it seems. We don't know what's beyond.
Fair enough. Let's
I
do
want
it.
to take some rope out of my bag,
Okay.
tie it onto myself, and tie it to anything that I can tie it to, just in case.
There's a column right there. You could tie it right to it.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Excellent. You do so.
My suspicion is this leads to the Feywild.
All right. You go.
Is there anything that we need to worry about in the
I don't
Feywild?
want to go. Yeah, they're gonna fuck with you. That's what happened when I went on my exile. Me and Eadai went there, and there was lots of plants and trickery, and you got to watch your words. So be very careful about the way you speak, TJ.
Not to mention, didn't you guys let a bunch of Forlaren cause chaos into the Feywild portals?
We
Yeah,
didn't
we couldn't
let
stop them all.
Good
cause-
job, guys.
Sorry, they escaped into the Feywild and are causing unknown chaos.
If it were me and Revi,
If I remember correctly, it was only 2.
The
Okay.
party stands before a portal bickering. What would you like to do?
Well,
Well, I'm gonna jump in now that I have myself tied,
Okay.
rooted, tethered to
jump
the
in.
world.
I'm going right after.
Okay.
Can I ready like a fairy fire spell, walk in and be ready to cast it if there's like dangerous
Something
things on the other
hostile?
side?
Sure.
Yeah, something hostile.
Perfectly fine. Bryce.
All right.
I'll follow right behind Rivius.
Okay. Ravius grips his tool and he's prepared.
Oh, I pick up 8 obviously first. He's back on myself. My
yeah, gotcha.
cannon.
I thought you said aid. I'm sorry. Okay.
8.
You all jump into the portal. A wide half-moon chamber stretches out before the party after they step out of the portal. The walls curve gently inward toward the middle, in which a long stretch of gray-blue smoke stands like a partition between the remainder of the room. Nothing beyond the wall of smoke that stretches up into inky blackness above can be made out. Before it, on the ground, is a dusty pile of peculiar bones.
So we're still in the Arcanum,
Yep.
or not the Arcanum, but in the Mage Tower.
Yep, I have illuminated
Somewhere.
the next room on the battle map.
And you said there are 7 what, sorry? Lights?
I
Or
don't think I said
portals?
anything about 7.
Oh.
Did I?
I thought you might have, but I also saw 7 things on the map, so
No, you just counted them up. That's just the smoke. It's giving off like neon
Okay.
light.
Do I sense any kind of pull towards any of these lights? Like,
You do not.
do any of them call to me?
No.
No.
Cautiously, everyone.
Eleric, I would like a history check.
Yeah. 23.
You recognize this chamber. The suspension of the smoke, the flash of the spell in your mind. This place makes sense to you on some level.
I feel like I've been here before.
flashbacks.
It is where that Grablets dropped you off.
You saw this
I
when you
don't
were on
know.
the altar, when you bled into it.
Oh. This was from my vision.
This place looks like it's perfect for a celebration.
I'm gonna untie myself. Are there any like articles of clothing or anything next to this pile of bones, or is it just bones?
It has decayed. You can tell once you get closer, it's just like dust and rot. These bones have been here for a long, long time.
Okay.
I walk up as well. Does it have any sort of... I don't want to touch it just in case it like fucking crumbles and turns to dust to more than it already has, but does it have any sort of like noticeable clothing or insignia or items on it that we can see?
Nope, but the bones are peculiar. You've seen these long, gangly limbs once before.
They're forlorn.
Well, I think we just found Gravlutz's friend.
Possible. I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of this chamber is. I remember seeing this from my vision. There were designs for a chamber. I mean, could it be a resurrection chamber, a burial chamber? What's the purpose here?
I don't think it's a burial chamber.
Can I rack my brain for any like religious like semblance or cult? I can even think in the cult like activity. In
Absolutely. Make a religion check for me, Greg.
$17, but I also want to throw in a little bit of corruption so I can really dig like to all my knowledge, because I don't think a 17 is good enough.
Excellent. You look back on all of your religious studies, some of which you admittedly slept through. But while you're thinking about it, you do recall leafing through a book in which you saw a large wall of smoke. You just figured it was another sort of iconic darkness trope in a series of dark and light mythologies. But upon using your corruption, the memory becomes fluid and concrete. Looking down, you can even reread the page from memory. You realize that there was indeed a Fey ritual. A wall of corrupted light, binding. This isn't of this place. It is a Fey ritual that must have caused a sacrifice to trap something within.
Oh, the maker of the mountain.
Yeah,
Oh.
but we're nowhere near the mountain.
My eyes rolled back as I relayed that to you guys, and I kind of
Excellent.
snap back to it. Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, this is a mage's tower, so it's possible we find a mage in the mage's tower.
I would
Wizard
hope so.
Prime.
But I mean, anyone that can cast magic is a mage. I mean, it could be a ranger up here.
Whoever made this tower was very powerful.
So
Can I
Copish.
go along the walls and like investigate to see if I can find any levers or
Sure. Make your investigation check. Revius, what were you asking, Kopesh?
What you're saying is whatever is behind that colorful wall of fog is something that the Fae wanted to keep contained.
That's as far as I can imagine it, and it looks like there's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort put into this too. It wasn't some minor ritual. This thing looked like it took effort and time and power to put into it.
We can't see behind the wall, right? It's just mostly okay.
Smoky. As you guys are discussing, you do see Tegan start to like feel along the wall. Tegan, do you approach the smoke?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be cautious of it, but I'm still gonna approach it.
Okay. What were you saying, Revius? You were saying something?
It's gone, sorry.
Okay. Tegan, as you approach and you hear this information relayed back from Kopesh, you recall Eleric finding like a small smooth portion of something that he can interact with. But as you're scanning the wall, you realize that whatever those would have been, they aren't here. It must be hidden somewhere by the shadowy wall, and you start to poke around at the dead center of the room where the shadow meets the wall, and you see a dark cocoon with a small figure within, just a silhouette, and you don't think that's supposed to be there. You did recall with your natural 20 that Gravlutz did say find my friend, but he also said companions, plural, once.
Eleric,
Someone got trapped in it as well.
Yeah.
can you come here? There's
Yeah. Is he in the
There's,
smoke?
I'm like right outside of the smoke.
Be careful.
Okay.
There's something right here, like a figure in. I don't know how to describe it, like a cocoon.
It's about half.
Is it in the wall?
It's
Where
in the
are we?
shadow. It's pinched against the shadow in the wall. It's about a halfling-sized silhouette.
Interesting. I'm worried about going into this fog. I don't know if we'll be trapped there, if it's dangerous, if it hurts. I don't even know if I can dispel it, or even if we want to dispel it.
I'm gonna just reach my arm in
Mhm.
to see if it does anything to me.
You meet resistance. It pushes your hand back out.
So
Okay, that's
possibly, do you think this thing exists to seal that figure in? As I walk up,
Could be.
if we
That's likely.
if we remove the figure, you think the whole thing will fade, or do you think it'll stay up?
It'll probably fade. I mean,
I can try a
if
spell.
you said it was for a sacrifice, maybe the sacrifice was just having to stay there.
It's,
Do you think something can go in if it's not what the spell is trying to keep?
if I move it to a different plane, maybe we can. If we move it to a different plane, we might be able to see the thing break apart. I have a way to do that.
So far, I know this place has reacted differently to me. Can I try pushing my hand through the fog?
Sure. When you touch the fog, Eleric, make a Constitution saving throw.
11.
All right. You take 5 force damage as it thrusts you back 15 feet.
Oh, God.
It didn't do that to me though.
Nope.
Weird.
What the hell happened to you?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting that at all. Oh, God, that hurt.
Come here. Try it again. But this time
I will
lay out.
not.
I said, no, I think you can succeed this time. I walk towards you and I lay a hand on your back. And this time I give you bear's endurance.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check.
And you also get 2d6 temporary HP. So that way, if it hurts you again, you're protected.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
Let me give your HP first. So you get 9 temporary HP. Oh, you got 10? Okay, perfect. Yeah, you were supposed to roll for that. Okay, go for it.
Either way. Okay. So you plunge your hand in, this time with the blessing of Kopesh. Make a strength athletics check with advantage.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, I'm not strong. 8 is with advantage.
Okay.
Ugh.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it.
22 this time.
Okay. You don't take damage, but you are flung back 10 feet. But you stay on your feet.
Along
You're
with
just
Kopesh.
yeah, the two of you are just pushed back.
Ah!
Huh.
Well, we
What
give
the
it a
hell?
try.
For fear of having myself thrown back, because I wasn't paying attention to Tegan when she was going along the wall, I tried to send my construct through.
Okay. It meets resistance. It gets like maybe 6 inches in. This
Mhm.
appears to be a very thick barrier. But after it gets too far in, it also is rebuffed.
Try turning me into gas.
Not the same way.
What? Say again?
Try turning me into gas.
Well, I
What?
can't do that.
I can use my new spellbook to prepare that spell in a much
Mhm.
shorter period of time than I normally would. I can use one of those charges to prepare a new spell. Yeah.
I mean, we can start we can try to blow it up.
Do we want to? I mean, what's behind here? There's that figure. cocoon.
Okay, look, if we think about this logically, right?
Yeah.
Something is in motion. The people are turning, and the tower is the controller. So whoever built the tower knows what's happening, and probably evil.
Mhm.
This is their room. They sealed something in there because the evil person didn't want it getting out. So if we just
Mm.
break it, the odds might be in our favor.
I could see that. I could see that.
Are you sitting down to prepare a spell with your book?
Yes.
Okay. You sit down and you flip open the book, activating its powers. The pages flutter until gaseous form ignites on the ink like magic before your eyes. But as you do so, you feel something on the back of your neck. You can't help but look up. You see a silhouette standing on the other side of the fog. It calls out to you. What is your name?
It's Eleric.
That's a good name. Where
Can
did
we
you-
hear him talking?
Yes.
Oh God.
Where did you find that book?
What is your name?
I have gone by many names in many lifetimes.
Oh, we've seen this before.
You may call me Taladel.
Do other people
Paladin.
refer? Does this figure hear me, or does it just hear Eleric?
He hears what? Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. It just appeared. He's only interacted with Eleric.
Are you also known as the Wizard Prime?
That is a title I have had once upon a time, yes.
Why are you sealed?
Because I was betrayed.
You are living. You must know that our entire city has been turned to glass people.
Yes, my failsafe. I just woke up, so it must have been 100 years.
Fail safe for what?
For my plan, of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
To grow cornite.
Well, that was a most important piece ruined by some foolish humans. Mortals.
Yeah, humans are the worst.
It's okay. The plan is being remedied with their very flesh.
I don't understand. Who are you betrayed by?
Well, actually, you can't see his eyes. He reaches out a silhouetted hand and points at the bones before you. Never trust a forlorn. I should have known better. I didn't expect them to get such a heavy hitter as the Winter Assassin.
Are you the owner of this tower?
Yes, you could refer to me as the owner, creator, maker.
Right, well look. Our friends and family in town are turning to glass as you are, so probably excited to hear, but we're here to stop that.
Well, that's unfortunate. To
Yes,
stop
for
that,
you.
you'll have to kill me. And to kill me, you'll have to drop this barrier.
I think he's right.
I'll tell you how to remove the barrier.
Why south? What's there?
Oh, the Barrier Mountains are there.
Yes, but they're going south, the people.
Yes, they must plant themselves. And in 100 years, I will again have my coronite.
That doesn't make sense. If you were here, trapped, then who has been planting?
I planted it 100 years ago.
No, you didn't plant the glass in the floorboards. You weren't here.
No,
This doesn't...
my servants were. He glances
And by
around the
servants,
room.
I'm going to assume that you mean people that are like me, halflings.
He glances, you see his head turn in your direction through the smoke. Make a D100 roll.
Ooh.
God damn it. Okay. 81.
All right. He twists.
That's an
his hand.
87, sir.
Oh, is that an 87? I thought it was a 1.
Just had to be a 60 or higher. He twists his hand, and Tegan, you feel your consciousness ripped from your body as
Jesus.
everything around you turns to glass. Said, I had to make my own demiplane, but yes, any mortal can be my servant.
Oh no.
But something about you is... Oh, I see it now. The meddlesome one in the mountains. Fetch for me the map the Forlorn trapped my spirit in. It will bring
Does
down the
Tegan-
barrier.
What
Does
map
Tegan
are you
start
talking
moving?
about? I don't know anything about a map.
That was pretty half-hearted even for an excellent liar such as yourself.
Okay, so here's the thing. If I do this for you,
Yes.
can you turn the people back from glass? Not even all the people.
I'll save your
Can you
loved
turn
ones.
specific people?
Sure. Your loved ones will be protected, and their bloodlines. A promise I've made before, regretted, but not one I am adverse to making again.
Now, do they hear this?
Sure, yeah.
The entire party hears this?
Yes, everyone can hear you, Jacob. You're speaking out loud.
Well, I didn't know because I got brought to a different plane.
Oh, yeah. You get wrenched back into your body pretty quickly.
Look, we don't...
I hope you know.
So-
I hope we know we're not going to agree to this.
It's simple, really. I go to sleep for another 100 years, while your friends and family go to the mountains and seed and blossom themselves into a fresh batch of coronite.
Tegan, we don't have to resort to this yet.
Tegan,
As far as I see it, we still have to figure out what's happening to them.
if you
Okay.
don't do it, Tegan, someone else will.
She's trapped in here. She's trapped. If we don't help her out, she doesn't get to her coronite in 100 years, and it doesn't matter anyways. We have to help them first. The townspeople. Our families.
We are helping our families if we help her.
And everybody else. I'm not your family. I have family far, far away, but guess what? I came here and I made myself family. You guys
Yes,
are my best
and-
friends.
And your best friend's turned to glass right now.
And I'm still fighting.
This person is saying that we can get them back from glass.
But even the drunkard on
Otherwise,
the
they
street.
turn to Cornite.
But even the drunkard on the street, the random salesperson at the side of the merchant's court square, what about their lives?
We have somebody on our side. Whoever this meddlesome one is obviously not working.
I'm the meddlesome one.
Are you? The meddlesome one
I
in
assumed?
the mountains. At least that's what I heard. Did I hear that correctly?
No, I heard that right too.
Okay,
The meddlesome one is the
I misunderstood.
You are a
Tegan is very much a very
You are a very meddlesome
egotistical
person.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's
why I was like,
somebody
yeah.
else.
You are a meddlesome one, as what I said. I'll say.
Look, there's no way this, and Revius just looks at the wall of fog, was done by one Forlaren. They're not smart enough to do this. Somebody is still on our side. We still have a chance.
I don't
Winter
trust the
assassin.
Forlorn.
You don't have.
I
a
don't
chance.
either.
Eleric, where did you get the book?
I was given it
By whom?
by my mother.
When?
I was told the book was with me when I was born.
How curious. If not Tegan, someone else will help me. The shadows begin to part. The figure walks forward. It places a hand on the now clear glass. Eleric. You look at the figure, its face now revealed. It is your own face. You're just a useless clone the Forlaren stole from me. One way or the other, you are mine.
Not yet, he's not.
I
Tegan's
stared
really
dis-
considering this deal, by the way.
We know.
stare in disbelief at my.
I'll shine a bright light on actual Eleric, so I'll do a light cantrip to counter all that shadowy darkness.
Okay, you could shine a light and it sort of glares off, blocking the vision of the wizard Prime. Run along.
Unlike you, he's got friends.
It's very true. I'm sure you wouldn't have even made it this far without them.
You made me?
It thinks. I'm so proud of it. I made several of you.
Like, oh, more.
I'd like to turn towards that barrier. I'm charging up a spell angrily while looking at the barrier after hearing those words.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, more. Me.
it steps back away from the glass wall, the shadows enveloping it once more.
The image of seeing me is like burned into my mind. Was that just a failsafe plan?
You're not really listening to it now, are you? I mean, Eleric, clone or not, you've grown into your own person. This is your life.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Aren't we all just clones of our parents and moms and dads, and then we turn into our own people? What's the difference? You're our friend. You're smart. You got magic. You're
Am
cool.
I destined to become him?
Oh, hell no. You look better.
You recall the words of your mother before she turned to glass.
Mhm.
You can be whoever you want to be.
Said you can be whatever you choose to be. You are greater than what you came from.
You did say that. I wonder if she knew.
Oh, she definitely knew.
It is Eleric. It is Eleric.
What would the party like to do before we end the session?
Guys,
I'm going to hug Eleric.
Oh, there still is the cocoon with the body in it. Or you guys can return to the city.
We need the cocoon.
I don't know.
Or Lauren.
Don't know how to drop the barrier. I don't know anything.
Thank you. Can I target anything in the fog, like the ground or something like that?
Sure. Why don't you explain what you want to do, and then I'll let you know.
Okay. Is the little cocoon, is it embedded in a wall, or is it on the floor?
It's pincered between the stone wall and the shadows. So it's like if you closed a curtain, it's just wedged between the wall and the curtain.
Oh, it's kind of right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
can I just cut into the cocoon?
What do you use to cut into it?
My dagger.
The glass dagger does cut
Yeah, the glass.
through the shadow. Not to the point where it hits the glass, but it cuts enough to open up the cocoon if you should choose to do so.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Tegan begins sawing away at it.
TJ, what are you doing there, bud?
Getting this thing out.
We don't know what it is.
I think we need
Well-
it. We need to bring it back to Gravelets.
You can bring it back to Gravelets. I want nothing to do with the Forlorn.
I will.
You finish cutting, Tegan. A halfling comes tumbling out onto the ground and blinks his eyes. Holy shit, how long has it been?
Well,
100
likely
years.
100 years.
Oh, that seems like a really... Oh, no. That means he's back.
Who? What? Wait, who are you?
I think, I went by Falfern. Falfern, that's the name.
Oh.
Falfern, is your last name Zion?
No, my last name's Falfern. Where'd you hear that name? That's not my name.
That's definitely his name.
Maybe.
Why?
I had a deal.
Hey,
It's real hard.
I had a deal with the Forlorn. I assume he's... Oh, yeah. Oh, they trapped me too.
Yeah, you've been trapped for quite a long time. Listen, let's get out of here and away from this place.
Okay,
I'll explain everything along the way.
Yeah.
cool.
Do you know any good tunes, by the way, as we walk out?
Tunes? Nah, I don't sing.
Damn, just checking.
I'm gonna whisper in Falforn's or in Fal. What's his last name? Falfor.
Falfern?
Falfern?
Falforn.
Falfern.
Falfern.
Falforn.
Not a tree.
No,
Not a
fern,
tree.
like a fern plant.
Yes.
Falfern.
Okay.
Go whisper in his ear
Yeah.
that Eleric wants to take him back to the Forlorn.
That'd be good, because then I can tell him I'm their god again, and then, resume control.
I'm sure that they're not gonna listen to that this time.
You'd be surprised. Oh,
As we are leaving here, I'm going to cast a glyph of warding on this door, even as we seal it. I don't want anyone coming back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
sure.
Oh boy, do you live north in the northern forest, I say to the Falfern.
I had a settlement up that way, yeah. Kinda.
What happened?
Well, we were, the first experiment of the Prime Wizard here, you see. A test run.
And were you pleased with the outcome?
Not in particular, no. But I'm a survivor.
What do you mean, a test run? What was he experimenting on?
I don't know.
glass.
Trying to create something. Yeah, he was turning people to glass.
Coronite.
What's coronite?
Oh,
Makes
buddy,
it
you have
source of all
so
evil
much to
now.
experience.
Yeah, I've been asleep for a long time. Do you know how long, by the way?
100 years.
We
and a
told you
month.
100 years.
100 years. Sorry. Short-term memory must be, not all back yet.
Why were you excommunicated? The Zion family. Was it because you were working with the Prime Wizard?
Yep, that'd be it. Then
Did
he
you know
betrayed
what-
us.
Yeah. Well, you were working with them, right?
Uh-huh.
So you know how that all works. The tests, the glass, the Southern Mountains.
Vaguely. Why don't you give me your name, Adventure, and I'll give you mine.
Okay. Revius.
Hello, Revius. It's pleased to meet you. My name's Palace. And that's where we'll
Palace.
end today's session.
No barking.
No!
Another siren.
Perfect timing.